expect you to.
Have audio overlap then.
Yeah.
I usually just, when I'm watching, like, when I'm on voice chat with one of you guys and I'm watching your stream at the same time, I literally just have the voice chat up and I have the
yeah, because, like, theater today, for someone's final scene, they have to be on cell phone on speaker, and when they get closer to the room, it gets kind of irritating, you know?
Yeah.
The feedback loop is awful.
Yeah, but the theater professor, she's like, no, that's perfect, and we're like, is it though?
Is your theater professor old? Or are they dead?
No, she's not old at all.
I'm putting the Twitter post out now because I kind of forgot.
I have a question. Why are some people vampire minions?
That's my mods.
Oh, I see.
Because I was getting enough people in the server to where I can't reliably pay attention to everything by myself.
That's fair.
Ari's secretly starting a cult.
I mean, I am a cult, but...
I mean, I'd follow Ari to the end
Who
of
am I forgetting? Oh, Drywall. Sorry, Drywall.
It's all good.
I was like, Twitter post.
I say through tears.
This is
I'm gonna
fun.
take a break from working on Aluria, so that way I can focus completely on the session.
This is fine. This is okay. This is depression.
By the way, I don't know if it was supposed to or not, but last week during the session, I couldn't write notes in the thing you put for notes.
You
it wouldn't let me.
should be able to go to it. Let me look at it real quick. No, I don't want your character sheet. I want your. Well, I just have
I was having a struggle bus time. Characters, handouts, Michi notes.
Michi notes and edit and I fucked up. Hold on. Okay. Now you should close out of it and open it back up again. You should be able to open it and edit it. I fucked up. That's my bad.
Answers that question. Oh, there it is. Yep.
And you should be able to hit edit, and then
right
where it says description and notes is where you type.
There, I put a new note in there. If you can see it.
Let me rejoin this.
I will transcribe my notes eventually.
No, that's fine. I just had it there for more for your all's benefit than for mine, even though I do look at them, so.
We can say until Twitch gets back that he fell asleep in his saltwater bath.
Okay, yeah, we'll just say that he...
Yeah, because all I have for notes right now is Ro might not be human too, Katarina pity dances.
That made me giggle. Both of those made me giggle, I'm not gonna lie.
Aluria knows, and she's like kinky. Because it's Aluria. She's not loose, by the way. She's just doesn't care.
Crazy.
No, because somebody called her loose in Unexpectacles chat, and I was not happy. I mean,
that's kind of dickish.
It was Twitch.
My favorite note so far is the Lord, Asshat, and Lady Bitchface.
Where's my phone though? I was gonna turn on Twitch chat.
That made me laugh. Lady Bitchface.
Laying on it. Delilah, let me look for my phone. Aww. I was trying to.
Heard the cat said no.
No, I was feeling under her to see if she's laying on it, and she did that and started licking my hand like, "Mommy, please stop."
Oh, I'm sorry about the typing. I've got a mechanical keyboard, and yeah.
Mechanical like a pencil.
There's Twitch.
Hi, Twitch. You made it. He survived.
He's not voodoo.
Should I get my own notebook out and start taking notes of my own? I mean, if you want to start doing conspiracy theories like Voodoo does.
Just get the tinfoil hats ready.
Sorry, we're running a bit late, guys.
I'm playing a metal man, so I've already got it.
Sorry, it's my fault. You can blame it all on me.
Well, I mean, I said the time was going to be 9 o'clock because just to make it easier for you guys tonight. But next week will be 8 o'clock because
it'll be back to normal.
I won't be scrambling like a chicken with my head cut off trying to move my house.
Let me open up Twitch on my phone so I can look at the stream chat. There we go. I still love your little Ari in the cup. It's adorable.
Load on now, according to Twitch.
Oh, so you know what's funny is, so Glucose dropped a rather large donation on me the other day, and I was freaked out, but apparently I had myself muted. Well, when he dropped it, for some reason my bit cup was flipped, so it was backwards. So the bit drop came in backwards, and all the letters were backwards. And I'm sitting there like trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. So, like,
It was a summoning ritual.
Not only did he break my brain with that donation drop, but then my bit drop was going in backwards, and the words didn't make sense. And I'm sitting there going.
While I was reaching for my tortilla, I just stuck my fingers in hummus. Delicious hummus, but still a mistake.
All right, is Vito in the chat yet?
I'm sending links to my friends on Discord, being like, hey, you should watch us today.
Yeah, I'm gonna send one to my friends too quickly. Give me a
Oh,
second.
Angie, I didn't post.
Almost sent one to Arkoff by accident. Hi,
I'm gonna
Twitch.
post it in my announcement.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I dozed off.
Gosh, you're fucking fired.
I mean, I fired people for less, so.
Ooh.
Alright, oh wow. So many people. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, chat.
Welcome to the
sorry I'm late.
stream.
Hello.
Welcome
You Ubu driver.
to the stream.
You know that I am Count the Count. They're gonna mute that part now.
We are. No, I'm not gonna be a weep.
We are fighting dreamers. La,
I thought you were
la,
gonna start singing Yellow
la.
Submarine.
Takami wa meta shite fighting
Oh,
dreamers.
jeez, you are
Nari
weak.
furiga. No, I took Japanese.
Believe it.
I took Japanese for 4 years, and I was in the Japanese choir, and so we kind of had to, yeah.
If I knew how to speak Japanese, I would sing the pre-tier opening. If anybody knows that show. No.
All right, is everyone?
Um.
I don't know.
Hey, Arkoff, watch the stream that you're a key member of.
I don't.
I actually
don't
did
know.
almost send you a message saying, "Hey, you should watch this stream, Arkoff."
All right, I think we should get started.
No.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
So my husband. Oh, my dog's a fucking leech. So my husband sent me a message. My dog's like curled up in my chair. Well, she's in my recliner that I just got, and it's mine, and she's sitting in it because she's a bitch. But no, I love her. We're actually getting her certified as my service dog soon. So
Yay.
That's a lot to pay for.
not really. It's just money.
I'm working on getting I'm thinking getting my kitty as emotional support animal because she really is.
Well, that's what I'm getting. Her emotional support animals are still considered service animals. So the people I'm getting her certified through will send me a vest and a collar and everything for if I want to actually take her out. So, plus she's good. She leans on my bad leg when I'm having issues with it. So.
Aww. So people are like, why would you have a cat as a service animal? And I'm like, bitch, this cat is so affectionate and has full personality. How dare you insult my babu?
Alright, are we ready to start, everyone?
I think so.
Yes.
I am.
Let's get ready to rumble! And fantasy, not Germany.
Fantasy, not Germany. Also,
Should we
let me.
introduce
Did you
ourselves
write it?
again?
Yes!
By the way, did you write a tweet?
I did write it. I did write with a bird, and that's called a tweet.
Okay, I'm sharing it then.
The tweet was 12.
The tweet was
The
quote.
tweet was 12.
There was twat. Oh, that sounds like a slur. Never mind.
Yeah, that's what I was avoiding.
It was twitted.
I was gonna say twaddle, but
Twaddle.
sounded too close to another word.
Yeah.
Alright,
It was a twit.
it was a twit. Alright, so I am Ori the DM. This is my place. Hello.
Hello, Ari the DM.
Hi, Michi. Who are you?
Do I say who I'm playing to?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Michi, also known as that annoying person. I play Aloria, the Fawn Bard. Nice to meet you, Nico Nico Ni. I don't
Can
know.
you spell Aloria?
Oh, yes. A-L-L-O-R-I-A.
Supposed to leave a pause so the kids actually say it out loud.
Bits.
Truck, thank you for the 1,500 bits.
Oh,
Ow,
thanks.
thanks.
Check for the
Boss
beats.
bits.
Das
You
bits.
Eat the cakes. Nom 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 nom.
Anyway,
I am Inchi. I play Aural.
Hi, Cat.
Hi, kitty.
Hello, Trax.
That's not my kitty. I'm safe for one.
Hi, Trax.
Hi, Trax.
You want to be? She wanted to be picked up and pet.
She
She's
can.
happy
She
now.
can be. I can give you a cat familiar, NG.
Do it.
We won't kill this
Okay.
one.
You
Why
said
Why would
that.
you kill a cat? I'm going mad now.
I'm just referring back to things.
I'm leaving this campaign. I can't believe you kill cats. I'm gonna write a Tumblr post.
Anyway, I'm Joel Thief, and I play Umbrella, the Warforged Ranger.
I'm Ro, and I play a sort of homebrew race called Cephalia, which are intelligent octopuses. And I'm a wizard.
We don't know if Ro's really intelligent or not.
More and more, we're starting to think the opposite.
And I am Markov. I play a shield guardian pugilist named
Oh my
my
gosh, I
Yes.
That's great.
love you. Do you have
That's
not a
amazing.
goat, though?
not yet, sadly.
Darn.
This was sort of spur of the moment. I downloaded a voice changer on my phone so I can record little clips and then have Faust say it.
Truck. Thank you for the sub.
Markov's
Dare
character
question
is
my
great,
acting
by the way.
abilities. I
Alright.
play Faust. Caesar.
One of us.
Another
Anyway,
one.
Yeah, I
his full
can't think of
name
another.
is
Hamlet.
Woodward
Hamlet.
Faust.
What is it? Woodward
Woodward
Faust?
Faust. He
Faust.
needs a clockwork fist.
Is it
That's
true?
actually really cool.
Aloria, I don't think has a last name because she's a fae.
You can give a fae a last name, but most of the fae that have last names are the nobility or the royalty in my place. So
Faye
Yeah, that's why I
X
didn't give her one.
spoken.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't think that she would have one.
she would take on the last name if she married someone that was outside of the fae realms, or if she married into nobility.
Aloria's like, bitch, I'll just marry this vampire lord. What you talking about?
You gotta go through a layer of
And
first.
I was gonna say, but doesn't he have a wife?
Hashtag vamp life.
Hashtag, she doesn't care.
All right, let's
That's a real
let's get
hashtag.
started. Okay.
Okay. Oh boy.
When we last left our noble rescuers, they had just returned the daughter of the regional vampire lord to his possession by accident. See you later. She had been kidnapped by a group of radicals who intended on using her for a ritual of some scary sort. And so she had escaped. A local Lycan Pack leader had taken her into safety when the party had located her. After fighting with the false paladin and cleric, the party returned her to the castle and was asked to spend the evening by Lord Magnus. And so you guys spent the rest of the day and the night at the castle. You wake up in your respective rooms. You've got some rather nice, quiet rooms. They're all dark. The sun's not gonna really peek through much. There's a little sliver of light that's peeking through the curtain, so you know it's daylight.
Aloria's mad that she didn't find any vampires visiting her in the night.
Oh shit, where's my dice? So
It's just a pivotal thing. We don't need it.
Yeah, no, I need it. Hold on. You just reminded me. I think I have them with me. I don't have my dice tray, so you'll have to forgive the ominous rolling on the front of the other.
Ominous.
You know I like to roll to stress you guys out. Alright.
I'm scared.
No, I'm just opening the bags.
I know I was making a joke.
Oh. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright. So you guys wake up in your rooms. The curtains are really thick curtains, but the sunlight's a little sliver of it's peeking through. You guys, if you go into the common room, you find a meal of various pastries and fruits and just different things that you would have for breakfast from various different regions. We'll go ahead and start off there. What do you guys do?
I look at all the food that I don't eat because I'm a warforged.
Aloria is, first off, she's wearing something different now because it's not a masquerade. I haven't had a chance to try it yet, but she's wearing a kind of corset thingy with a flowy sheer outfit with an underskirt, and it's in like dark green shades with little red and yellow accents of like foliage kind of look. So it's a very like, it looks kind of autumny, but it's supposed to be darker. And you can see cleavage because of course, and her knees because she's a heathen. But she comes out looking all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and she grabs any like biscuit pastries and stuff and slathers them in honey and eats some sweet fruits too. And she's like, "This is the life, bruh."
Okay.
Okay. Arul, he's just coming out in his blue robes. He's gonna get some food. Is there any beer available?
That-
Is it a little
Yes.
early to be drinking?
You're in Germany.
Yes.
There's beer everywhere.
Okay. He's
That's
gonna
racist.
get himself some beer and some food, and just gonna quietly eat. He's a monk.
Aloria
He's not
doesn't
very
judge.
complicated.
Aloria
He does
doesn't judge
monk
because
stuff.
Aloria doesn't judge because there's a lot of people who don't stop drinking.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Just in
Arul
like
wouldn't
the
stop
Feywilds.
but he keeps running out of beer.
In the Feywilds, there's plenty, especially of the satyr race, that just drink nonstop.
So yeah, you two are at breakfast, and yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, there's beer,
Yay, beer.
and it's not the cheap stuff. It's not the shitty stuff that you'd find randomly. No, this is some good shit.
Not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure Aloria is drinking some wine right now. Like elderberry wine. Sorry.
Ro
Actually-
join them down the stairs, but as he kind of comes down the stairs, but just sits at the table and doesn't actually partake in the food.
Okay.
And he just watches the other other one eat.
Aloria's just like, you really should eat. I mean, you might wither away, or if you don't at least have something to drink, you may shrivel up from being completely dried out. And she gives a little laugh because she's like, lol, bitch, I know.
Speaking of alcohol.
Ro does not understand comment.
I
And
know,
he kinda
yeah,
just-
you're a little slow, but we accept you still, I think.
No, Ro gets meaning, but Ro does not understand comment, and he stares at her very meaningfully.
And with that, she doesn't even try to explain further. She just gives a little wink, and then goes back to eating.
Sorry about those noises. I was trying to prep the spells.
How dare you?
Okay, so you guys are all sitting there at the table. Where is Faust downstairs yet, or is he still up in his, or wherever? Is he in his room, or?
Faust is downstairs with the others, but he's just shadowboxing in a corner.
Okay. Okay.
Cut to the scene from that Hugh Jackman movie with
Shadowboxing in the corner.
Shadowboxing is actually a very good way to train yourself when you're practicing martial arts. I hurt myself shadowboxing one day, but that's another story for another time.
Proud
It's
of you.
also part of his rest conditions. He only gets moxie points back if he spends at least 30 minutes shadowboxing.
Huh.
Alright, so you guys are all sitting at the table. Along with all the food and the wine and the beers and among other things sitting at the table, you see a wow, my notes after being up for 25 hours are awful. You see a scroll. You see a scroll laying on the table with a simple crimson ribbon tied around the center.
Do you think it's a note for us?
Perhaps. We're the only ones here, after all. It would make sense.
Well, who should open it? She looks around the room just in case.
What is this?
I'll open it.
Thanks for being the sacrifice.
Alright, I opened the note.
Okay. When you open said note, as I click on it, let me make it available to you guys because I had it hidden.
Oh boy,
Oh,
no.
you can see it. Go to your handouts and you should see the quest board.
Okay.
You'll have to like expand it a bit to see everything because for some reason it formatted weird on me.
Oh, it did.
The herd of wild deer have been destroying the crops of farmers nearby the castle. The farmers have put together money to give those who move or kill the herd.
Who killed deer? They're adorable.
A brown wizard's spellbook has been stolen by a mage from a neighboring town. He wants it back.
A town approximately a day away has been turned to stone. Magic is blamed, and the Lord of the Land, Magnus, requests the party eliminate the culprit. Bonus is awarded for the restoration of the town.
A band of dwarven bandits has inhabited a small town of shepherds and is pillaging, thieving without remorse. I hate dwarves. The townsfolk have revolted, and the dwarves have also sent in a letter of complaint against the townfolk. I can't read the rest, it's so long.
As grows the son of a shepherd, this will not stand. No.
It says, in parentheses, it's a mess. They're all confused and pissed off. Scribe's thoughts only. Apologies, Master. LX. You have to drag the window out.
I don't know
Yeah,
why
I did.
it formatted
mine
so.
cuts off at.
Let me
they're all-
copy and paste it into the Discord chat so you guys can see it because it
Thanks. Unless I put it up as a pop-out, maybe?
copied.
the
weird.
pop-out makes it
that
work.
cuts out.
Strangely enough, it formatted the first one correctly. All
Yeah.
the others are improperly formatted.
Let me remove my DM notes from it first.
By the way, Tiango the Red Death is here.
Hashtag
You have to
DM.
roll initiative.
Okay, I think that's the only note that you all can't
Also,
see.
Tiango drinking coffee is weird to me.
Critics irritating up.
Okay, so yeah, you guys see this. Twitch, leave the chat and come back. You're roboting on my end.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Tiango!
Roboting?
Tiango!
Damn it.
Any
Good
better?
God, thank you guys for the bits. You guys, thank you. I love you.
Especially because Ari is moving and she has a lot of moving expenses.
Our rule is going to be in favor of moving or killing the deer. Me and him share a dislike for the four-legged pest.
Does he say this out loud?
No, he's just going to like point out that the first job looks good and we can move or kill the deer.
Oh, Loria just gives him a pointed look at the word kill.
Don't worry, Loria. To him, you're only half awful.
Inside, she's crying.
Roll votes to find wizard spellbook. Could be potential magics that Roll would find useful.
That would be
Yes.
actually rather useful. I mean, other than the fact of potential magics, having somebody also as an ally, especially a brown wizard.
A town turned to stone may be troublesome for the Lord of the Land, as his income is derived from these towns.
Loria's ears perk up at the mention of helping Magnus, because she's like, daddy.
Quietly gulps.
On the other hand, if the crops are being destroyed, do you think it does the Lord more trouble if the people going hungry?
I don't know. You only have to worry about the vampires eating. She says quietly, but as a joke.
The British are coming quick, seduce them.
Aloria used charm on so many things, and she accidentally got a vampire hot and bothered last session, so...
So, you guys are going through this. As you're going through this and trying to decide what you're gonna do, you hear Magnus coming down the corridor. He doesn't come into the room yet. You hear him outside the room. You can, if you've got a view from him from where you're sitting, you'll be able to see him. He's wearing a similar open shirt and pant that he wore previously, the last time you saw him. This time he's got a rapier at his side, and it's hanging loose on a leather belt. Aris is next to him, just being quiet, and he kind of looks into the room. Magnus isn't looking into the room yet, but Aris kind of looks into the room and kind of looks at you guys, and just looks.
Aloria proceeds to give him a wink.
Aloria chokes on her sausage.
But then
No,
you
she
guys...
never chokes, man.
I whistle for the dog.
You know what? Aris, roll me a persuasion real quick.
Wait, you want me to roll persuasion?
No, a drywall.
Oh.
We have too many A-named characters.
Let me put the... actually, he rolled a 3. So, yeah. Wolf, and that was on the good dice, too. So, Aris pads over and kind of just pads over to you, drywall, and wants to be pet.
I give him belly scritches.
He flops over, and this is not just a regular wolf. He's got glowing red eyes, and he's clearly a vampire's familiar. He looks a lot more predatory and sharper than a normal wolf
Have
would
you
be.
seen
I don't
Ancient
care.
Magus
He's
Bride?
a good boy. He needs belly scritches.
Have you been watching Ancient Magus Bride? Because I'd ask if he kind of looks similar to Roots.
No, I haven't. I haven't had a chance.
Because that's what I think of when you describe him.
He comes in the room. He comes in the room, and as you see Aris come into the room, you see a small, real thin, spindly-looking figure in a robe. They've got a hood up. You can't really see what they look like, and they walk over to Magnus, who's still out in the hallway. And it looks bony through the cloak, almost. And they start talking to each other. And I don't know if you guys will hear it, but I'll have you guys roll for that in a minute.
What do you want us? Oh, do you want us to roll?
In a minute, if you're curious.
I am.
So you hear this figure, and they've got a strange little... Angie, you... they've got a strange little Angie. They've got like a Bulgarian sounding accent almost, and I'll probably not do it justice, but good morning, Master. I have escorted out the last of the guests. Master Wintry seemed very unfrightened, but he went accordingly. Have him followed. Don't make it obvious. You can arrange this without notice, I trust. Yes, Master. You should rest, Master. It's been a while since you have truly taken care of yourself. Be on your way, Legion. And he just dismisses him, and he doesn't acknowledge the comment at all. The figure bows, and he kind of slinks away and exits the building. And at this point, Magnus sighs and kind of walks into the room, and you feel free to roll if you want to.
What do we roll?
Perception.
Perception?
Perception? Okay.
I'm not getting good rolls tonight.
Damn, Angie.
Good job, Angie.
Dang.
Nat 20. Yeah, you heard all of it. Faust, you heard most of it. You just didn't hear the part about Master Wintry. You heard the rest though. Arul, you've been in the country long enough to understand that when he used the fantasy Germany, not German word, that unsatisfied, upset, displeased is what it means. And you also heard the not taking care of himself part. It seems he might be not quite doing what he needs to be doing right now, so.
Uh-oh.
And he walks into the
Okay.
room. Good morning. I trust you slept well, and I see that you have found my note.
Aloria quickly proceeds to adjust her clothing and try to look, try to make sure she doesn't look bad.
Sorry.
Don't die, NG.
Please don't die, NG. We like you.
I haven't even started combat yet.
And she's like, yes, we've definitely found the note. We were trying to decide what we would like to look over first and let's go into. And unless you have a preference, of course, we always like to do our best to serve you. And she tries to put on the nice.
Extra emphasis on the word serve.
I mean, she tries to put on the cute like batting eyelash, not batting eyelashes, but you know what I mean.
So, okay. I just would like some of these things taken care of. I've got some other more pertinent things to be dealing with at the moment, and it would help me greatly for you to assist in taking care of some of the more mundane tasks that the citizens of my proud country are requesting of me.
Oh, of course, anything to help alleviate any stress off of you. And of course, if we are able to do anything else, I'm sure that at least one of us, or some of us, would be more than happy to assist.
Faust will salute.
I fucking love it so much.
Yes.
Dead. Rip.
Anyway, I looked,
Flying
at
giant metal man. Very strange.
I look to Magnus and I say, which of these seems to be troubling you the most? They all seem problematic, but some carry more gravitas than others do.
He doesn't even need to pick up the list. He just remembers it. Probably the Did I give you guys the same fucking list? Hold on. I'm looking at something that doesn't make sense.
Is it me? I don't make sense.
No, it's my notes from where I was not asleep.
I
Soccer.
just imagine Magnus just staring up in his
With like a
Magnus
little
is
spittle droplet just dripping out like Patrick.
He remembers the lore.
He's looking at the curtains, and he just kind of slowly stops talking, starts touching them, running the felt through his fingers, starts rubbing it on his cheek.
My apologies. It's been.
Dude, I do that sometimes.
It's been a rough last few days. We've had some troublesome events going on. My apologies for my.
Has it been a series of unfortunate events?
It has been a very large series of unfortunate events here in not
It's all those
Germany.
vampire parties, hashtag lit and whatnot.
And Magnus, did you say that out loud?
Who, Ro?
Yeah.
No.
That was out of character.
Okay.
Yeah, Ro has an accent.
Okay. I was gonna. Okay. So Magnus finally comes
Hashtag's
back.
a thing in this world.
Magnus comes back from his revelry and he apologizes for the delay and perhaps the town turned to stone or the band of dwarves that are causing a revolt, and the dwarves are also complaining. Dwarves are such they're very stubborn and opinionated, and I would like to keep them placated if possible. And he just kind of nods.
Aloria wrinkles her nose at dwarves. She's like, that's disgusting.
Yeah, they got more use to him than the deer.
She just turns and looks at him. Like, excuse?
I'm just gonna show her my arms. Like, who do you think made this?
Deer are wonderful, graceful creatures. And in case you haven't happened to notice, I'm part deer.
Ro believes you are part goat. Simple mistake, but different. Yes.
She just whips her head. I'm not a goat.
Ro does not believe you. So, and then he kind of just he takes some hard-boiled eggs off the table and slides them into his robe.
I've seen plenty of goats, especially younger ones. She's not kidding.
Shit.
Are you okay?
Yes! I'm fine!
Damn it, NG, you're killing Ari.
I thought, okay, it was a stretch.
Is it that you're if you're not dying, you pass on your death to other people?
What? 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 Death, angels, souls? What?
Are we getting into more of the story?
Vampires?
Anyway.
And at the mention of a goat, you hear a sound coming from Faust's phonograph.
Large metal man speaks in favor of Ro. Shed tears no more, fuzzy-tailed goat girl. Ro will unearth these ne'er-do-wells, like the parasites that infect Ro's garden. This is Ro's word. Yes.
I looked at Faust and I just nod.
She just puts her arms in the air like, Lord, why?
While you are discussing the genetics of satyrs and fawns and goats, there's a town turned to stone and some deer running loose and a wizard. And so I would suggest possibly, if you would not mind, being under my employment for a time until we sort out this cult thing, if you would mind being under my employment.
She just leans in a little, presses her, like, puts her elbow on the table and her, like, and her chin on her hand. Be like, does this mean I get to call you master?
Roll for that.
What do you want me to roll?
Persuasion.
Is it lagging? Oh, it double-clicked.
Oh,
My bad.
which one did it take, though?
Both
showed
of them.
both.
8 went first, then 16.
Go with the 16.
Hold on.
Ro kind of steps forward, and everybody and his.
Okay, he
gate is
failed
set.
either way. No.
Ro kind of steps towards Magnus, and he doesn't really have any kind of gate. Kind of just glides along the floor, and he puts a hand on front on Aloria's face. It kind of pushes her behind him for a second, and he says, Ro wishes to inquire about what is Brown Wizard spellbook. Like, describe to Ro what Brown Wizard is.
The
When he pushes her head away, she just goes whack.
The brown wizard is a wizard of the brown, Mr. What is your
I did
name?
not very descriptive.
A brown wizard. I put a hand on Magnus's shoulder. I'm so sorry.
I quite like this fellow. He's entertaining when he's not being insane. But even then, I like him. But he likes to be out there in the sun. He likes the sun way too much.
Leave musical persuasion too, while he knows a certain note.
Wow. Wow.
What, you've never heard of the brown note?
I knew that's what you were referring to.
Mhm.
That's what I was going for too, but no one.
No, not quite the wizard I'm referring to. You'll see. But if you pick that one.
Ro looks to a rule making that joke and says, "You have broken a celery stalk on the back of a sea urchin." Silence.
Brown
Magnet.
wizards, the ones that are like more in tune with nature and everything.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm guessing it's like
for
Magnus the
like,
Brown
it's-
from Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
You know, I'm
Yep.
kind of expecting we get to the Brown Wizard. He rolls really poorly on a perception check, and he calls Aloria a goat.
I'll be so mad.
So yeah, Magnus.
I will force this running joke if I have to. Like, I will tie its neck to the goddamn chariot and drag it along.
She has
You're-
antlers.
Roboting again, Voodoo.
Goats have antlers.
Will Foss learn to mimic the
They're
brown
horns.
note? Oh my god, yes.
No.
Yeah.
So Magnus, it's a wizard of the land, yes.
Any better?
Fishman, and yes.
Fishman.
Rose no fishman. Rose human. Human. See? Look at Rose uvula. And he opens his mouth and there's a clearly distended, overly large uvula.
I poke it.
That's lewd.
What was
Yeah,
that?
I'm rolling insight on that.
What was that for? The Fishman comment?
Yeah, I'm rolling insight on him because
I'm
not
rolling
sure
insight
if
too.
Because Magnus,
Oh,
Magnus
yeah.
saw right through the disguise from day one. So
Faust did as well from the rolls last time, so you will hear an audible clang as he face palms.
Oh, Loria's just snickering behind him.
Can't you guys be cool?
Ma-
Why must you get up on Rose grill?
Magnus kind of whistle. I can't whistle even though I play flute, but I can't fucking whistle. So, but Magnus whistles and Aris actually gets up from his place by your feet. Stop singing the Ed Eddie fucking song, shit. So Magnus
So do I
gets
have
up.
to roll a deception, or can I just assume that they have to make a certain roll to find out the truth? Because remember, I get a bonus to disguise.
I mean, it would fair to let him roll deception, I guess.
Yeah, roll for
If I
roll
roll
deception.
deception, I could get. The question is, if I roll deception, I could end up with a 2 and it'd be terrible. But if you guys have to make a dice check of a certain number, then that will work in my favor better.
No, roll deception.
Ugh.
So Aris gets up from the belly scratches because he kind of sighs and the wolf kind of rolls his eyes.
Pulls my robe off.
And he gets up and he walks over to you and he kind of stands up on two legs, on his back legs, and he leans forward and takes your hand in his mouth and it dispels whatever the shape changing thing.
My natural camouflage.
Yeah, for while he's in contact with you, it dispels it, and just for like a flash of a second, and he lets go, and he goes back over the drywall, flops on the floor, and lets him scratch him again.
I resume the belly scritches.
Okay, so then I guess everybody sees this relatively normal human guy that's covered in robes suddenly burst into a massive 15-foot octopus tentacles, and then immediately reform back into a humanoid.
I look to Magnus. So is this why you didn't serve calamari last night?
Oh no, there was calamari there. It was disguised though.
Oh.
Roll
Oh.
to
Look over the
effectiveness.
row.
It was.
Also, Aloria just leans back really quick and is like, so maybe this is why he keeps calling me my wrong species. Maybe it's a bit of projecting.
Did you eat the chicken last night? He asks Ro.
Oh no.
Oro is unsure of what chicken be.
Actual superstar cannibal rogue lizard.
But so Magnus remembers you asking him. He shakes his head after a second. Aloria after dealing with the fishman, and he shakes his head and he looks over at you. And to answer your question from earlier, you will, if you so choose, be able to call me master, since you will be under my service. Yes.
Oh, I'm not only under your service, I'm under your spell. And she says that quietly under her breath.
Wait, wrong dice.
A burden has been placed on Oro.
Are you trying to hear what I said?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to have Faust face palm again if you heard it.
Well, I'm right next to you, so I could probably
Were
roll
you
that.
trying to hide it?
I was just being very...
Damn it. She
Being
said it
quiet.
right under her breath.
He rolled a
I was being
15.
very
So
quiet.
he rolled a 15. So would he have heard it?
Probably.
Okay, so he kind of
He's probably
like,
got supersonic vampire ears.
yeah, he kind of like side glances at you,
Growls to himself.
and then doesn't say anything. And
He's probably like, God damn it, these horny goats.
But
So you are a goat.
I'm making a joke. She's not a goat.
Royal thinks she is gold.
Ro thinks he should be quiet before he becomes sushi. I mean, Aloria thinks he should be quiet.
I would
and
sigh if I had lungs right about now.
Magnus kind of gets this little amused smirk on his face, and he summons Aris this time for real. If you guys would, again, I give you my thanks for assisting me yesterday. If you would like to continue to assist in the matter of the cult, but I would like you to stay on my fuck. What's the word for bag of gold?
Payroll.
Coin. So.
Coin roll.
We didn't get paid either.
Oh yes, that was meant to be done yesterday. I apologize. My daughter was not in the greatest of shape.
Oh, how is she doing today? Is she much better?
It's the daylight, so she's still sleeping. I should
fair.
be down there myself, but she's better. She had some food yesterday, and she's just been quiet so far.
Aloria gives a relieved smile.
He stabbed his fingers, and a servant walks out. The servant's wearing a mask. Don't make fun of my fucking accent.
He's Irish, everybody. I mean, come on. He's Irish.
Also, in regards to Arkov's character, amazing voice, plays mute, perfect.
So yeah, he summons a servant. The servant's wearing a mask. It looks like a plague mask almost, but it's just the servant's mask. There's no obviously they're vampires, so there's no plague threat in the castle. But the servant walks out. They're wearing the gold plague mask, and they've got a tray in their hands and a rather large blue velvet bag, and it's got some obviously chinking sounds of metal.
Ooh.
And Ori needs to remember to roll how much is in there. Hold on. We'll do that much.
Time.
Plus that much. Oops, Ori fucked up.
Proud of you.
Did you carry the one?
I forgot to put a space. Okay, that's a decent sum. Alright, did you say that out loud?
Yes.
No, yeah.
Oh.
Michi.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you if you said it loud, otherwise I'm just gonna start assuming that you did, and I'm just gonna...
If I'm saying it in an accent, then yes.
Okay.
I said it out loud.
Okay, alright, so you guys, who takes the bag? The servant just
Royal will
walks...
take bag. Then he reaches out for it.
Don't you
Can
think
you
y'all
even grab-
suckers will get stuck on it?
No. Royal does not. Then he pulls an empty plate out from under his robe, and he puts it on the table.
Why not give it to the holy man? You know, I'm not gonna actually run off with it. I'll make sure everybody gets their appropriate amount.
I trust him more. Not Ro, God no. Give it to the monk.
Ro is hurt, and he gives the bag back to him.
You tried to hide your body. That sounded worse coming out of my mouth than it's in my head.
Mm-hmm. Tried to hide your body from me. Me.
Alright,
How
so...
dare you not bag yourself?
NG, you find 882 gold and, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 20 silver in the bag. 882 gold and 20 silver.
Okay, let me write that down.
That's an uneven number.
Oh, it's in the money notes already.
Oh, is it?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm
Is
a
the money
fast
notes?
typer, sorry.
The silver are not from Magnus. The silver may have been tossed in by a servant or someone who just wanted to pitch in.
Or maybe Aluria's new person who got all hot and bothered.
I look to the silver and I look to the party and say, best we don't spend this. I have an idea as to how we can use this.
Oh?
We're dealing with supernatural forces. What are they often weak to?
My looks?
Salt.
Punches.
Ro has studied
Yes,
Fey
all of
and
these are
the
correct.
the weaker of the shit. The weaker of the my kind are more affected by the silver. Magnus pitches
Exactly.
in.
So if we were to keep the silver, we could use it to perhaps ward off the lesser ones.
Good idea. Alternatively, with the gold, I think it might be good for us if we do not have any on our person to get some sort of weapon made with silver as a means of effectiveness. No?
Agreed.
Oh, good.
Ro finds this reasonable.
Val shrugs.
What did you say, Arkle?
What'd you say?
Val shrugs.
I mean, you're a big clanking metal man. No offense.
Val shrugs again.
I've already got
Is the metal giant comprised only of silver? And he pokes, he pokes Faustus. I guess his hip, depending how tall he is.
Faust stands about 9 feet.
Yeah, okay, so Ro is about 5-6 feet when he's in the more Cicalia form. So, probably about mid-chest.
LOL, Gloria isn't even 5 foot. She just looks up jokingly, is like, I like tall men.
6'1" over here, so.
She's just an itty bitty babby. She's like 4'9", 4'10".
So, is Metal Man comprised of silver?
Val shakes his head no.
I'll roll a 6'5", by the way.
Hi, kitty.
Jesus
Not
Christ, that's a big
Delilah.
lizard.
You call my cat a lizard?
No, I said, Envy is a big lizard.
Yep.
Okay.
Ro looks to drywall. What of you, other Metal Man? Less
Mostly
metal.
tin and steel. No silver, sadly. I used to have silver weapons before unsavory events.
Ominous. And then he looks back to, Arul. Any silver?
Yes. My metal arm has some silver on it. The dwarves are pretty good with making that sort of stuff if you know how to deal with them.
She just looks over like, gross.
Quite fiery, those dwarves, are they?
Quite rowdy.
Been
and
to the.
yes, they are.
I've been to the forges before. They like their fire. Magnus.
They also like their beer.
Magnus pitches in.
They like their bitches? What?
I said Magnus pitches in.
Yes, they like their fire and their beer. I am quite capable with both.
You deal
Well,
much
you
with
think-
dwarves?
They're too unrefined for
Occasionally,
my
yes.
taste.
Certainly more useful than deer.
Kitty
Is this
isn't
gonna
loud.
be a back and forth?
At this point, Aris kind of yips a bit and turns around and walks off. Magnus looks at him go and shrugs. So, since you guys are agreeing to be in my service, yes?
Yes.
Also
The-
give a thumbs up.
You're
The-
already in his
nods.
service.
Val shrugs.
Ro sorry,
No, go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say, since, like, the lobster is out of the trap, Ro flashes red in agreement.
I thought red means stop.
No.
Magnus looks at you and he's like, I can do that too, and his eyes flash.
Aloria just thinks that's hot. At the eyes flashing.
He looks at
Tentacles,
you.
huh?
The rooms that you stayed in last night shall be yours. They will not be given to anyone else, nor will anyone be allowed to stay in there, so you may leave your items there that you do not need to leave here, and you may call this your home base for lack of a better term.
Lovely. I might need to.
I look
write
around
this
since
down.
everyone is making noise and doing actions of their race. I open my mouth and you just hear just the horrible grinding of metal.
I was gonna say
Let's not do that, please.
the old '90s dial-up noise.
The AOL online. Aloria's ears splay back at that grinding metal noise, and she's just like,
Umbrella just nods solemnly.
I nod back.
Faust slowly raises a hand to his mouth, kind of just shook by the beauty of those words.
"Why are you all so odd?" Except for Aru, he's okay.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome, darling.
Are there any pots and kettles nearby?
Yes.
Is he gonna eat
Faust will
them?
hold up a pot in one hand, hold up a kettle in
Call him
the
the
other.
pot, the kettle
and look
black.
to
Yeah.
Aloria.
Excuse you, are you telling me to get back in the kitchen?
Ro
Shakes
turns,
his head no.
Ro snickers to himself, turns his skin black, and then points to the little goat.
I'm not a goat.
At this point, Magnus looks at you all, kind of like just whatever. They're weird, but they're useful, and he starts to slowly back out of the room and spins on one heel. And I will see you at the later time. The sun is way higher than it should be, and I should not be up here. Please feel free to pick a quest on the list. I will have more later. I might have some more information on the cult when you return.
Can he back out of the room all like super vampire-like, so he just kind of glides backwards without?
Oh, the way he
Smog.
walks, I forgot to. Yeah, the way he walks, it doesn't look like he's really taking steps. It looks like he's almost gliding out of the room. Anyway, he is the very definition of grace and a predatory gait.
Beauty, he's Grace. We should see the look on Aloria's face.
I was about to say, she's just like chin hands sighs as she watches
she's-
his fine ass.
She
getting
does
out
the
of there.
anime thing of biting the handkerchief.
He
Tears
disappears.
flowing down her eyes.
He disappears through a gilded doorway, and the doors are shut slowly by two more servants in masks, and that's it for him. Aris is already fucked off somewhere, so.
And Gloria just says, "The ass, though."
I saw no donkeys.
She just like side-eyed. All right, we need to pick one.
Ro maintains that we should find Wizard's Spellbook, as potential spells learned could be useful.
You know, I kind of want to know how dwarven bandits launched a complaint against townsfolk they're terrorizing.
I'm used
Chamber
to
of
dealing
Commerce
with the
must be
dwarves.
really
It might
empty.
actually help to get them fixed. I'm used to dealing with them.
Anyway, that is a good question.
He did make mention of the urgency of retrieving that spell book. However, the dwarves may be a endeavorous problem.
But he did also mention the severity of the host town tender stone. That might be also important.
I know how we can solve this. Hand me a coin.
I was gonna say,
Throwing lots.
Shears parchment boulder.
Wait, but doesn't one of you have one of the metal men have like a calculating system, perhaps? Somehow?
I left my abacus at home.
Just Umbrella just prints out print paper. Care, care, care. I mean, we have more than two choices. Wouldn't flipping a coin be rather pointless?
If it lands on its side, we can take the third choice.
Points never
There are
land on
four
the side.
choices, though.
There's 5. I thought.
Roro wishes to know
Four.
opinion of large metal man.
Oh, shrugs.
I like big metal men.
What do we even call you?
All dark and silent?
That's Tiengo.
Say that again, Voodoo.
Ro has no idea what to be calling tall metal man.
He said his name in the tinny voice, remember?
That was in the character introduction.
Oh, yeah.
Faust has not actually introduced himself. Faust's phonograph will appear. He will point to himself, and then you hear this sound. I want first.
I love this
Feels.
so much.
Have none of you been able to understand him this entire time?
I understand him. Do you think I don't play charades?
That's not what I mean. I mean, you've not been able to understand a word that he has been saying.
Ro understands him. Ro just never hearding of name. But Faust works.
And Faust is just standing there like,
Faust.
I haven't said a goddamn word.
Ro has heard it both ways.
Alright.
Faust is confused. He knows he hasn't spoken. He doesn't know what's going on anymore.
I'm fucking with the non-robots.
Ro completely understands. Soulmates! And then he touches one tentacle to Faust and one to his own chest. Well, air quotes chest.
Oh,
I'm
no,
trying
running
to.
out of beer. Can
But
we,
he doesn't have a soul.
flip that coin?
I don't think.
We all
That's
have
racist.
souls. I point to the glowing hole on my chest. See, my soul is right here.
I thought that was
Faust will
just
open a little
core.
compartment in his chest, pull out what looks to be a wig. It's red. He puts it on his head. He's a ginger now.
Does he just
That-
have a
that
compartment
explains
full of
many
random
things.
Ro goes.
He will then
Ro goes.
store it back in the compartment.
Ro goes. Wait.
That is
Ro
how
goes
he
up to.
explains to people that he is a soulless construct.
Ro goes up to Faust. He raises himself up, and he puts one tip of the one tentacle onto Faust's wig, and he casts light, and it
No, I can only
shines
say
with
that.
brilliance.
I can only say that because I am a ginger myself.
That's why I'm over here fucking dying because I'm like, as a resident ginger here, I get this joke. As the resident ginger, I get this joke.
Ro is the light of our party, and he shines the wig.
I would like to disagree with you being the light of our party, but anyway, we shouldn't dwell on incorrect comments, and instead we should finally make a decision because we've been dilly-dallying long enough.
Ori, can I add that to my inventory?
Yes.
It's meant to be a joke, but I kind of want it to be real.
No, do it. I command.
I want there to be also Groucho glasses, so he has the perfect disguise. Because you do wear glasses.
He wears that in battle, and then his
Alright,
battle
so
theme is just this
have you
kicked up
guys
version of
just so
like Annie.
have you guys picked a
It's a hard knock life.
have you guys picked
Okay, I have an idea. Maybe we should all say what if we can all agree on like which one, an order of when we'd like to do these. Perhaps maybe that would help us decide which one we can at least tackle first.
Someone keep a note of which ones you guys would like to do in what order, please. I'll write it down, but just in case
Rod's
So-
opinion should be first find wizard spellbook to find any potential spells can aid us in future missions. Additionally, help out the dwarves because they provide potential allies for future endeavors,
You want to help
especially
them.
from magic. Then, with the backing of allies and potential additional magics, we can tackle deer and stone people.
So you'd like to do
It
the
does
stone
make a
people
valid
last?
point.
I don't
Stone
like
people
that.
should be the last because they are stone and are not going anywhere.
What if someone breaks them and they fall apart?
They are stone.
They will be
We put them
dead.
back together.
Well, they won't be dead, they'll just be really hungry.
Personally, I'd like to not be with the deer until last. I feel rather pity for them that these lands have been taken from them. They're now being punished for trying to survive.
Actually, most of the time, these deer, the townspeople kill off their predators. The deer multiply it. They're not sustainable. So,
You're being racist.
being truthful.
Racism.
Also, the longer we leave the deer, the longer the farmers will have more and more reason to hate them. If you want the deer to end up in their best situation, you probably need to deal with them first.
So, who was it that
Farmers
said
can
they
be
wanted
cruel
to deal with the?
bastards.
Who wants to deal with the deer first? I'm writing it down.
He does pose a valid point about the deer being an immediate threat.
So, deer number 1 for 2 of you.
Affirmative.
Faust is just pointing to the dwarves.
And Faust wants dwarves first. Well, if you look at it that way, because Aloria would want to work with the stone people, it seems like deer would be the first choice regardless. So, I suppose we're working with the deer, but I swear, any of you try to murder any of them, I wonder. I
Isn't
will
goal
ask.
to be murdering of herd? Of
No,
goats?
they said to... She pauses and tries to ignore that comment. They said to move or kill. I would prefer if we move them first.
Faust
Ro kind of mutters under his breath by flashing yellow and green with little bumps that roll up in a wave. Then he walks over to the table. Now that he's actually able to be his cephalopody self and starts actually eating food.
He starts sucking eggs.
Well, his mouth is underneath all his tentacles, so he has to actually he's pulling sausages and plates of things and putting them underneath his arms to eat.
For someone to illuminate the cephaloid, he would be much better at parties, I feel.
So you do understand though that I will be extremely cross if you just choose to kill the deer without at least finding an alternate solution first, right?
Ro can create. Ro's speaking through his little siphon now because his beak is full of sausages. Ro can create a floating disc to mount deer carcasses onto disc and move them away from farmers.
Why do you insist on killing them? Why do you need to
Ro,
destroy
not kill, carcass.
carcass is what you do, is what you would call a dead animal.
He turns green with kind of frustration. No, carcass! And he moves 2 tentacles up, indicating his whole body.
Just say deer.
Faust will point to Aloria, then point to where a mouth would be on his head, as if implying, can you talk to the deer?
That's a good question. Can Aloria talk to deer?
That's a good question.
See, Faust, asking all the important questions by never speaking at all.
You are Fae.
Yeah, I'm a fae. I'm a fawn fae. Fortunately, I didn't put anything in oh no, I have a 2 in animal handling already.
Oh shit! I did not mean to show your notes to players.
Does it say poopy?
Yes. I meant to click on
You're
your character
welcome.
sheet. Shit.
I told you I put a note in for you when you fixed it.
Oh no, I saw it. I didn't mean to click on it. Let's see. I'll say you come from the one court. So I'll say yes. But I'll have to roll to see if they actually understand or speak back.
The deer will.
Yeah.
That's fair. Actually, I can. It's a matter of if they can understand.
Actually,
Sometimes.
you know what? You can understand them, but you can't speak back.
Okay, I can. Okay.
So
Actually,
you can't actually speak deer, you just understand it.
Yeah.
You took 2 semesters of it in college.
I can understand what they're saying, but that doesn't mean that I can also speak it, unfortunately. So I guess maybe the best way for me to aid in that is to get them to trust me in my own way, especially if I can at least know what they're thinking and what they wish.
You are a bard, are you not? You should be able to speak with them, or at least commune on some basic level.
Are you calling me a Pied Piper? Because that would be fantastic.
If the hoof fits.
Tribals got jokes.
She can. She lets out a little giggle at that. Well, we can try at least. I would, like I said, I would like to avoid killing them if anything, because I do feel affinity towards them. However, if they do become aggressive and wish to attack us, and there's no other point, or no other choice, then I do understand if we have to take such measures. Just if you go around killing them needlessly, and she looks at Ro, I will remember this, and you will regret it.
Ro will do no such thing.
Thank you. Then maybe perhaps I'll stop insulting you, at least to your face, maybe behind your back instead. Anyway,
Ro
so
would be appreciating of that little god. Ro finds finding gods.
How long is it gonna take until I show you that I'm not good?
To be out of character, Ro just literally does not understand the difference between a deer and a goat.
She's gonna have to like bring a picture book or something.
He's really terrible with the common language, and to him, he's using just the wrong words.
I love it. She just sighs and she's like, "All right, I suppose we should head out to this area." And she daintily dabs her face with a napkin.
She daintily dabs.
She daintily dabs, just like with pinkies out. So I suppose we should get moving. Yes? No? Maybe?
I nod.
Thank you.
Real quick,
And-
did anyone before we move on, did anyone get the name of the goblin from last time?
From what?
The last
The one you try to seduce.
No.
I don't think I named
She doesn't
him.
remember the names of all of them. They're just bodies to her.
I don't think I named him.
I don't think you did too. Also, she doesn't sleep with everyone she seduces. She uses it as a diplomacy tactic. As manipulation.
I didn't know that you could name a bedroll diplomacy tactic.
Also, she didn't fuck the cleric.
Okay. All right.
I mean, he was dead, so that's just...
So are you guys gonna go do the? Oh,
Yeah.
was it?
We decided on the deer first.
Okay. All right, and also Michi.
Yes.
You know what? Hold on.
Am I in trouble?
No.
Yay. I'm a good bean. Are you sending me a note?
What's a note?
Oh, I mean a massage.
I'd like a massage.
Me too, man. Let's go to massage and be together. I can.
Okay, that's all I need. I was just making sure everything worked right because I didn't know if it went through or not.
I
Okay.
can see your point.
Now is probably a good time for you guys to go take a quick bio break.
I'm good.
Okay.
I do have to peep out like getting up, so. I'm a lazy person that
Partially
doesn't know how
because
to
I
take
need to
care of
grab a
themselves.
map because I didn't know which one you guys were gonna pick.
I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map. If there's a place you gotta go, I'm the one you need to know. I'm the map,
Good
That,
lord.
I'm the map,
that,
I'm the map.
comment you made
I'll
of
be
she
back
doesn't
in
sleep
about
with
5
everybody
minutes.
she uses as diplomacy made me think of that Ogloff comic where she was the sanctuary.
Where she was the what?
Looking at Discord.
Okay. Sorry, it's like for some reason it's like cutting in and out intermittently at times.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, you guys are coming in completely clear for me, but everybody's saying that I sound like underwater and skipping and stuff.
That's what happens when you're in an octopus's garden.
Where's your embassy?
So yeah, how is it going so far, you guys?
I'm enjoying it.
I'm having fun.
I love it. It's a good comic.
I
Also-
can make silly sound effects, so I'm quite content.
I mean, I love your silly sound effects. They're fantastic.
Yeah, I can't wait till like we get to like session 7 or 8 and you have like a whole library of them. Session 30, he just has like an entire soundboard to play from.
He starts making synth music out of it. Do-do-do-do-do. He plays Sandstorm with just clips of Valoria saying, "I'm not a goat."
I'm not a
I'm not a
goat. I'm not a goat, motherfucker.
Like, I'm not a goat. I'm not a goat. Oh, I'm
It
not a goat.
becomes the next Civigunner meme.
So yeah, no, I tried to. So yeah, my notes are kind of incoherent because of where I was up for like 25 hours, and then I wrote my notes, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sitting here trying to read them. I'm like, the fuck was I thinking? Like, what does
Were
this?
you on something?
What does this sentence mean?
Yes, it's called sleep deprivation.
Yeah.
You and Arkoff would get along great with that.
So yeah, no, Magnus is. Yeah,
Yes.
Magnus is just Magnus. The only ones who got high insight were. The only ones who got high insight on Magnus were NG and Arkoff. Which Arkoff, you know what I mean by not taking care of himself, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does that mean he
Probably
hasn't
not
gotten?
feeding.
Does that mean he hasn't gotten laid?
The Toto.
There's multiple things that yes,
Is that what you're meaning?
among other things.
Loria just like the character. Loria raises his hand. I volunteer tribute.
No, I imagine
Please, I'm
much
a
more
soul
desperate,
bed.
like the actual movie. Like, I volunteer! I volunteer!
Please, I'm like a songbird. I want you to make me sing.
Sombra Aria, both Ori and Arkoff, all redheads confirmed for insomnia. Pretty much. What is sleep? I know not. Oh my
You need a
curse.
soul to get sleep.
Right.
You need the soul DLC.
But there's a thing. Here's the thing. I am a ginger and I'm a vampire, so I mean, I counteract my need for a soul by going and stealing other people's souls, but then it doesn't
But do
work.
you like garlic?
I do like garlic. I had garlic bread for dinner. Garlic is a farce.
I had
Garlic is a
bread
myth.
today.
Garlic is
I have
a
garlic bread.
myth.
Why are we all eating garlic bread today?
I
Stop
made
that.
spaghetti.
Because
Garlic
I
bread.
made vegan garlic bread like 2 days ago, and I had about 4 pieces left in the fridge. So
I made
just
spaghetti.
What's the difference between regular and vegan garlic bread?
I used
wanna
vegan
know.
butter.
Oh, because okay.
And
What is
cheese.
what is
Vegan
vegan
cheese.
butter and cheese then?
Ori made
Mostly soy
spaghetti.
products.
It's just tofu.
Oh no,
Yeah,
my
basically.
dice. Oh no, my.
So,
Fuck, that
when
was
we
my
think
D20.
Magnus,
Oh.
should we be thinking like Dracula from Van
I was
Helsing, or
thinking of
like
Jareth.
Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise from Interview with the Vampire?
No,
Magnus.
Jareth from Labyrinth. I'm kidding.
No,
I've been thinking
Magnus
of Interview
is
with the Vampire,
Magnus is
like-
more my own. No, Magnus is definitely not fucking Lestat. If anything, Magnus would be an amalgamation of Dracula from Van Helsing, Armand from Interview, and there's
And
some.
Alucard from Helsing Abridged.
Well, no, he's not that batshit crazy. No, he's. I mean, he could.
Batshit crazy.
He could be. No, he's a combination of those two, and then a non-vampire character that I really, really adore. So.
And then Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
God, I love Spike.
Me too. Buffy is the best ship.
No
Season
lie,
6
I've
was
never
my
watched
favorite.
Buffy.
You're not missing much.
That's all I've heard.
You're not missing much. After about the first 2 episodes, it's usually about the same. Buffy dies, gets
Of what?
resurrected.
Which show?
Buffy.
I love Buffy.
I liked it, but you're not missing much. She dies, she gets resurrected, the world's gonna end, Angel saves her, and then, yeah.
Season 6 is my favorite season, partially because of the musical episode.
Non-Union Dracula. No, Magnus, I don't, for those who are just now joining what we revealed last session, Magnus is a big boss in the universe.
Yeah.
He's got the eye patch, he's got the cigar, and we think there might be a shard of metal sticking out of his forehead. We're not sure yet.
I don't get the reference.
It's a Metal Gear reference.
Oh.
Hey,
Metal Gear.
Crap battle!
don't worry, boss. We'll get him next time.
Magnus.
The non-talking episode of Buffy was great.
Oh my gosh, was that you, Arkoff?
Hmm?
Was that you doing that?
No.
Is MG back
Was it?
yet?
No.
Okay.
Not back yet.
Also, when you were talking about the big cigar, it reminded me my
Yes,
friend
back.
sent me a picture of her with a giant, like, mozzarella stick holding it like a cigar, and she's like, I need pictures of Spider-Man!
And I cried.
Yes, I am back.
Okay, real quick. Thank you guys for the subs and the bits that I didn't acknowledge during the.
Subbits.
Yep. So thank you
Thanks,
guys.
people. You're cool.
Enjoy the emote. It's gonna be changing next week.
Y'all are awesome.
Yes, you are awesome. The emote's gonna change to a ginger vampire. And it's actually gonna change to Magnus next week because he's a ginger
Good.
vampire.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I thought he. Oh, it must be that the picture was really dark, so I couldn't
The
tell.
picture's dark. He's got red hair. That picture's really dark. But I've got
It's just like, I haven't tasted ginger yet.
his actual like character sheet for the comic, because that was just a more realistic picture. His actual character sheet for the comic, he's got red hair. So which that won't be seen unless you sub my Patreon. So no.
I haven't yet because I'm poor.
No, you're fine. I'm just saying the actual. I've been sharing the character sheets and stuff off of Patreon, but the pages themselves will not be shared unless you're on Patreon. So,
It's really nice. You get art.
you get free art.
Well, not free art. You get your pay for it.
Right. Well, you get discounted commissions.
Oh boy.
One day I'll make a Patreon.
My Patreon is
Baller.
it's got different tiers.
I should start. I gotta make one.
Are you shilling right now, Ari?
No.
Yes.
40.
I don't know how to advertise myself very well. It's awkward and I don't like doing it.
It's fine.
40.
I gotta post my
Arkoff needs
commission
you.
list stuff.
Arkoff, yes.
I sent you a private message.
I'm already approving it, yes.
Oh no, now I want to know.
Yes.
I want to
Is
know
it
now.
the
Yes.
Toto Africa remix?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Do it.
Look in the Discord.
Very
Okay.
well, it will be done.
No,
Do
it's in private chat. It's in the PM.
Well,
Doug
the
Dimmadog.
Toto thing is in Discord.
I'm not telling him a damn thing.
No, don't tell him a fucking thing. Don't tell them a fucking thing. They don't deserve to know. I love you guys.
Oh god.
That crab board remix.
I love it, Arkoff, so much. Dude, wait.
This is a good video.
Wait.
That's a good video. I love it.
See, return, my name is Doug Zale Dimmerdale.
Doug yelled him down.
Damn.
I don't give a damn. I dimma don't.
I dimma don't care. Alright,
I dimma don't
Doug
give a
Dimmerdale doing a Doug Dimmerdab.
Don't give a dimma dab, please. Don't give a
Okay.
dimma dab.
Alright. Just
It's
care.
too late.
Before we break Ari further.
It's alright. I'm okay. It ain't nothing but another day. Oh, you got no fire. I'm from Kentucky, y'all.
Yeehaw.
I hate country music too. I don't know why I know that.
I
So,
actually have a link for you now. I'll find it while we're continuing.
so when you live in Kentucky, you get exposed to almost nothing but fucking country music, and I hate it.
I'm so
So
sorry.
much.
It is the same thing in Tennessee.
Oh, I'm well aware. It's nothing but country music. And so
I
I
like
So
country music.
sorry.
I do my best to just blast metal as I'm driving down the road.
Ari, are you dimma done with
I
the
am
country music?
damn done with it.
She just does not give a goddamn dimmadon.
I don't give a damn. Alright.
Don't say darn.
Welcome to
This
the
is a
Dimma
fucking
D&D.
Christian server.
Dungeons
well.
and
Yeah, Arkoff, I've seen that and it makes
Yeah,
me
you're gonna
laugh
hurt a
so
Will's
hard.
feelings.
Alright.
Crucifix.
Are you guys all ready to pick back up?
I'm ready.
Yes.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
hold on.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I need to pull up a character sheet. Hold on.
To wear those boots.
I have an idea for this one. There she
Oh, Lori,
is.
Are we in the
I'm-
Frosty Forest?
No,
Lori's gonna see all of them, and she's gonna be like, "They're all my children now."
so Brain, how do?
Completely off the wall question, real quick. Engie,
Yes.
how much does your mechanical arm weigh?
Let me check. 10 pounds.
Okay, thank you.
If we're in a cold area, does that mean we have to get your arm remade with a special material?
Wait, what?
There's a Full Metal Alchemist reference.
Big Brother?
Fun fact, the live-action Full Metal Alchemist movie on Netflix isn't good.
We don't talk about that.
Boy.
Alright.
I never watched the show, so I wouldn't know.
So no, you
Yeah, I haven't
guys.
seen it either.
So you guys depart from the castle, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys are
Yes, yes.
fully healed, stocked, all that good shit. This is up in the mountains. It's not winter. It's still beginning of fall, but the mountains they have snow. Obviously, because mountains.
Oh boy.
You guys get up. Ah, there's a bug on me.
Oh no!
Ah!
Rip.
Ah!
Everybody press F to pay respects to Ari.
It's
She
a
died.
bug on me. Where did it go?
She died the way she lived,
An
afraid
empty
of bugs.
house, and somehow a bug finds you.
Take us with you. We don't want to stay here.
I found it, you guys.
You know, Ori, I think that just fits with the whole just ginger.
Ari, you just killed Lucas.
It's a bug.
I like how people actually started pressing F.
That hurt my hands. I smacked it really hard.
Did you just kill Lucas the spider?
No,
Oh no!
it was a gnat. No, I actually like Lucas the spider. I don't like spiders.
Was it a
net?
net? Wait, I have a question. Was it a nat 20?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I
I was gonna laugh really hard if it
The
actually
fact that she
landed
hit her
on
hand,
something.
wouldn't it be a critical, like a crit fail?
It itches now that I smacked it hard. Like, you know how you smack your hand or something hard and it hurts, but then it itches.
I usually don't hurt myself.
I'm accident prone.
When I think of gnats, man, I hurt myself.
But yeah, so, you guys get up into the mountains. It takes a couple hours, but you make it up there. You're pretty far from the castle. You'll probably have to find somewhere to crash later, unless you can make it back quickly.
Michi, please.
So we're moving Thea right now, right?
Yeah, you're gonna... Damn it. You're gonna...
I mean, I can just ride down,
Hopefully we don't get chased
Foss.
by a Yeti if we go skiing.
We can just ride down Foss.
I got
their
that joke.
You guys say shit and you
Just-
expect me
just
not to
make
write
the-
it down.
Do you know you can actually
Make the
win?
robots into bobsleds.
don't know. Running into a Yeti seems like an abominable idea.
Alright, so...
Barkov, go sit in the
Just be
corner.
careful.
Quit your bumbling.
We
What?
need to get down the mountain. We need to ski free.
Yes.
God.
If we do ice, if we get to go ice skating, I'm gonna make a Yuri on Ice reference. And I'm gonna be like, we're born to make history.
Alright.
Anyway, let's
you
continue.
guys-
I wonder if Magnus watches a show called Dead Eye for the Live Guy.
I was just thinking about Queer Eye for the Straight Guy the other day.
They got a remake, didn't they?
I don't know.
Like on Netflix.
Well, I know
think
that
they got a
Heather's
remake.
getting a remake and it looks.
Yeah.
I'm so angry because I love Heathers.
My university
Anyway.
recently did the Heather's musical.
Alright.
Anyway,
Meanwhile, back at the campaign.
Right. So you guys get up into the mountains. You take about 2 to 3 hours to get up there by foot. A little bit less so if you got a horse or two. Did you get a horse or two?
what do you mean? Like buy a horse?
Borrowed a horse from Magnus from the stables.
I look for an Autobot or Decepticon symbol on Bost.
There's not one, and Boss is just going to walk because with how much he weighs, there wouldn't be much of a horse left.
Yeah, Ro's not used to riding horses, so he's hanging out with Faust.
Aloria looks at Faust and just gives puppy dog eyes. Can I ride on your shoulders? I want to feel tall.
You're just proving Junkerbot right.
Faust will sit down on the ground so she can climb on.
And she gets this like little jump. She jumps up and down and lets a squeal of excitement and like climbs on and piggybacks on him.
Keep in mind with how tall he is, if Ori forces you to roll anything and you fall off, you probably will take damage from the fall.
That's fair. Aloria accepts this fate.
We get it, Michi. You want to ride Faust.
No, she wants to be tall. She's tiny.
This is
And
just an Iron Giant situation.
Yeah.
and she's
You better have that audio file.
Rock.
she's like she's just super, and she's just super excited the whole way there. By the way, she's just like yay, and she's like humming and being adorable. It's almost childlike.
Angie, do you walk? Angie and Ro, do you walk or you get a horse?
Ro is walking.
I get a horse.
All right, so Angie's smart. So if you guys taking the horse, and those of you that kind of can walk without getting tired, it takes a little less time than everybody walking on foot, especially the short one who can't walk as fast.
That's why I'm riding on him.
So you guys get up there, we'll say less than 2 hours, so you should be able to make it back by moonrise.
Like back to the castle.
Yeah.
Night moonrise.
Night
Okay,
moonrise.
I mean, Valoria can get her nightcap in before she goes to bed. Wink, wonk.
So you guys get up to this this little tiny village up in the mountains. It's not much to look at. It's mainly farmers. There's a couple huts that have thatched roofs, and you see the smoke coming from them. There's not many people out and about, and you can see the fields look pretty barren, even through the snow, and they're just completely empty.
Oh dear.
And you see off in the distance a small, or what looks to be a small herd of deer.
No wonder they were asking for help. This is a bit worse than I expected. I thought they were just over-exaggerating.
Ro needs explanation.
Do you have eyes?
Quite good ones, yes.
What do your squid eyes see?
Damn it!
They're taking the goats to Isengard. The Isengard. They're taking the goats to Isengard.
If you put them on a disc and say you're taking them to Isengard, in all seriousness,
I've already wasted the joke, so now I'm not.
What does he say?
Anyway, what do your squid eyes see?
Ro sees barren land.
What do you not see why this is a grave situation then?
No. From where Ro is from, there is much emptiness. And
Barren land means there's no crops growing. No crops growing means there's no food. No food means people starve and die. Or they eat each other, if you're into that.
I don't think it's a matter of being into that. I think
Ro
it's
feels
a matter
attacked.
of base survival.
I am that too. Oh, I've met some odd people in the Feywild, so you see everything. Anyway, so yes, this is quite worse than I expected, and maybe now I understand why they think about killing might be the only necessity. But I do see the deer in the distance. Perhaps we should get closer, though I'm quite nervous about the ability for all of us to get closer, because deer, I'm sure you know, are quite skittish. I feel like I'm a wilderness expert now.
Ori,
Mm-hmm.
may I roll a perception check?
Yeah.
I will as well.
I would like to see if there are any dead does nearby with a little fawn crying over their corpse.
Good God.
Are there any families?
Why?
I'm sure we can make that happen.
he
Trust me,
starts
if it
lifting
needs
up
to
his
go
hand.
that way, it will.
You don't see the dead doe with a fawn crying over it. You do see a fawn walking with a rather well racked out male who looks kind of proud.
Oh, so Bambi's dad.
That asshole.
Oh,
I wonder if it
wait.
sounds like Patrick Stewart when it speaks.
Well, wait. Actually, that might be a good thing to know. Actually, because I mean, if we're able to like convince the buck or the stag.
I'm gonna roll nature to see if I know exactly what species of deer these are.
I was gonna literally say the exact same thing.
It's a doe.
And
A
that
deer.
is that nature.
A female deer.
That is clearly a ram.
And you are
shouldn't-
clearly a human,
Ro
not.
shouldn't roll nature. He can't even tell apart goat from deer.
Alright, so
It's
who
like
rolled a
a-
21?
Oh, hold on.
Alright.
Let me roll.
That
Let
was
me roll
me.
nature really quick too. That might be good.
Super cool.
Whee!
That's one.
Whee!
Another
To
one.
clarify, he can't tell the difference between a goat and a
The-
deer.
the-
He just doesn't know the words.
Wait, is that a pigeon?
That is a ram. You're right, bro.
All right.
Oh, they are goats.
Rule and Umbrella.
Yo.
You both see that they are the big buck is actually a giant elk. And it's a mixed, strangely, weirdly mixed herd of deer and elk. The deer, the more northerly type, they're used to the colder weather, and the elk seem to be a little bit out of place, but.
That's
Are they dire?
The big one is.
I point to the elk and I say, "That's not. That's dire. What does dire have in the word itself?"
Die?
I am more
Correct.
concerned
Give
with
the
the
fawn a
fact.
cookie.
I am more concerned with the fact that we have elk and deer in a herd together. That's not normal. This is odd.
Do you think they're possibly banding together in a way to survive? Because something has happened.
Some schools of fish end up together when hunted by predators.
No, they usually don't. In fact, to have them so close together means they're raising even more so and destroying. Like, this is not good either way.
You guys are also about 200 yards away from them, so
Oh, so we're pretty close by.
you're close, but you're not close enough to spook them.
To spook them?
Ro can spook them if Ro desires.
Do not.
Can Faust use his photograph?
Yes.
Very well. Look at the Discord chat. This is what Faust is going to play over his
Oh,
photograph.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Hold on, wait.
Oh.
For everybody in the chat.
It's a glorious call.
It's a song of your people.
It's just
Jesus
wait.
Christ.
Aloria just takes
Aloria
a
just
breath.
blushes at the sound of it.
Aloria gasps softly. Song of my people.
That's not a goat, though.
Go ahead, Arkov. Go ahead.
Already did it.
Wait,
I had this audio clip playing just as you said, but she's a goat now, so it just goes in frustration.
yes.
Oh wait, they can't hear it on my end. Oh well, you posted the link.
No.
All right,
It's
so
screaming
It's
here,
in
guys.
the chat so they can listen along.
let me
Let me pull
let
it up on my phone.
me.
Are you just gonna play it loudly, Arkov, now?
Okay. All right, that's acceptable.
Son of my people.
It literally just sounds like a 6-year-old making that noise.
No, what I'm thinking out of character, Lori, is just like, did you record me last night?
After all the frustration with Faust, her room is right next to his. After all the frustration with Magnus, her room is right next to Faust's.
God.
There is a method to my madness. I'm trying to get their attention. Because Aloria has stated she can understand deer.
Roll,
we know
So
what
if
you're
they
doing, but
respond
it's still
in
absurd.
any language, she will understand what they're saying.
roll
We don't
me
like
roll me a animal handling real quick, Arkov.
We know what you're doing. It's still absurd.
8.
You spook 5 of them,
Wow.
but the rest of them don't give a shit. They think somebody's
Well-
just lost their mind.
Should Ro
just
frighten
lost the damn
the goats?
mind.
Ro can frighten the goats. Is that the goal, to frighten goats away?
Why do you want to... I thought you said fighting for a minute. I was like, excuse.
Well, companions are attempting to frighten goats away so they stop eating crops. Yes.
No, we are trying to see if... I mean, well, unless that's exactly what he's doing. I think he's trying to elicit a response from them. Which is rather clever.
Glass gives a thumbs up.
Alpha, the dire deer, the dire elk, he doesn't give a shit. He continues just watching over the rest of them and eating.
Maybe you should make like an aroused noise next.
It is wise that we do not evoke the dire elk, as it is more than likely very easy to fight. Not mean that as in it will be easy for us to kill it, or as in it will be easy for it to kill us.
On the other hand, we perhaps kill the dire elk. The herd will probably disperse.
To be honest, considering it's dire, I'm not opposed to that idea. Because I understand it has good intentions, but any dire beast, unless it's in the right hands, can be unpleasant news.
It's also clearly destroying the land around it. We have to, if we move it, or try to, it may just decimate other lands.
Fair. But I think also that we should make sure to find a new home for these sweet, sweet children. They're not my children, I did not birth them. She looks at Ro for clarity.
Ro flashes green and blue.
I got you, Blue.
Well, of course they're not goats.
If we bend the cephalid in half, will it glow?
Pretty cool.
So
Is
what?
it like a light stick? A glow stick? Can I take you to an idol concert?
I actually don't know if I'm allowed to have bioluminescence, but it's mostly it's skin speech. Rose Rose's primary language is speaking by changing his colors and skin texture.
Faust has a watch horn in his inventory. Can
A
he
watch
use that to try to catch their attention again?
Yeah. Roll me a d20. Or an animal handling, whichever. D20 or animal handling.
Oh boy.
16.
Okay. Alright, maybe check one more thing. Okay, yeah. The dire elk kind of like lifts his head and looks up at you now.
Oh.
Goes to a wave. Kind of a
Oh,
still
God.
robotic wave.
Hi, giant NG.
Yes, our roll is still giant. I don't know why it keeps doing
I
that.
don't know, because I made it the same size as the other token, so I don't know why it's doing it.
It's because you
Embrace
beat
your
him.
inner dragon.
It's him, big boy.
Right.
Because you're larger than life.
Yeah, that's
That
exactly
makes you
Larger than life.
You're welcome.
Ro enjoys the
Backstreet
water.
Boys. Bow, bow, bow.
Is this river frozen, or is it water?
It's water. It's just running down the mountain.
Ro finds it comforting.
But it's ice cold.
Fun fact,
What's-
actually,
what's-
octopuses are able to change their RNA on the fly and are able to withstand deep, high pressure and cold temperatures.
There you go, NG.
But what's cooler than being cool?
Ice
Oh,
cold.
no.
Alright.
Alright, so
Okay, now, ladies. Yeah. Sorry.
he looks up at you. No. And actually I need to pull.
T-L-I-C, sir.
I need to pull a thing onto the screen, I think. No.
I'm gonna roll to approach it.
Oh boy, ripperoni and pepperoni.
Okay, you did what?
I rolled to approach it and I rolled animal handling. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, yes!
Okay.
Sorry. What did it roll?
So you try to approach this dire elk with his baby.
A baby.
Him baby.
Like Boo or like a babby?
His Bobby.
Babu.
I can't make him bigger.
Baby.
Is
Hold
that
on.
the dire, or is that
Hold
the
on.
baby?
Brain. Computer, why you do? Why is Photoshop in my way? Hold on. Photoshop decided it was randomly going
I
to
thought you
open.
said why is Photoshop Moe for a second there. I was like, what?
Photoshop randomly decided that it was going to open
Nice.
for some reason and hide my freaking scroll bar. Okay. There. Big dare. Alright.
I
Big derp.
incite the deer.
You inside. So there's more deer than this. This is just like,
An idea.
yeah, there's a lot more deer than that. I'm just lazy. Alright, so you see him and his babu is next to him.
Mood. Fucking mood.
His babu is next to him. And
Everything the light touches, son.
you start approaching him and he turns and he looks at you and he lowers his head.
Oh dear.
Faust's wave will stop mid-motion, and you hear the sound of grinding stone as its head turns to umbrella.
How many feet is that? 15?
Full SpongeBob sound effect.
Yeah.
This is daylight, right? Like we're in the middle of the day.
Yeah, this is
Well,
daylight. This is
a
definitely
bunch of
daylight.
goats.
Okay.
Look at all those chickens.
Look at all those chickens.
Anyway,
Alright.
in seeing him lower his head, I am going to confusedly lower mine as well.
God. Okay.
No, does not
I'm
understand you.
Aurora's
verbally.
going to push.
Gloria's like, you might not want to do that. That might be a bad idea. Because
Aurora's going to push Umbrella's head up a little bit and try to appear as intimidating to the dire elk as possible.
His
I do
lead
not
goat
understand.
I didn't put my token on here, did I?
No, drag it on. Yeah, just drag it up
Let
there.
me. I have to remember how to do that.
Click on
Why
your
does the
name
monk
and
have the
drag
best animal handling?
over.
Because you have to raise all the animals at the monastery.
Chickens, Eddie.
It's part of your
Click
chores.
on my name in the character section.
Click on your name under your characters and then just drag it over.
Sweet. I think I did it.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yep.
My janky token for now. It's gonna be better next week.
Oh, that's right. I need to, I already did yours, NG. Okay, I thought I didn't.
And to get big again. Go big.
Alright.
I don't think that can actually happen.
So
Be a
you
big boy.
both rolled animal handling to try and you
Can I
see
roll
what's
animal handling really quick?
yeah you both understand what's about to happen.
Let me click on it really quick. Give me a second. Where'd my thingy go? It disappeared.
Am I about to die?
I mean, do you want to die? Do you wish to die today?
Not today. Maybe next week. We'll see how things go.
Roll 20. Why are you always so slow on me? Okay. Well, I gotta scroll down to animal handling. There we are. Click.
Oh wow. Okay. What are you gonna try to do? You see him. You see what he's about to do. He's got his head lowered and his antlers forward.
She's trying to she'll try to convey in motions or anything, in hopes that somehow he'll see that she's similar to him, that they are not there to cause harm. They are not. They don't want to be a threat.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Peachy, but, you know that old Bugs Bunny cartoon where he rolls up the pants leg and it's just this lady's leg sticking out of his body suddenly? I imagine Aloria doing that with this dire here.
Oh, I mean,
She
Well, I
lifts
mean,
up the fur and it's just this shaved human leg in high heels.
I mean, her legs are exposed. I will say, because of what she's wearing, because it's like a dress that goes probably just about like where her quote unquote knees are at,
It's-
kind of
it's-
maybe shorter.
The non-German Irish version of a thong.
Oh, Fraulein.
Fraulein.
You see, he kind of starts to act like he's gonna like calm down and listen to you, and then he sees. Oh no, he sees NG slinking off,
Fudge.
No!
and
Genius.
he turns to NG and a 16 hits you, right?
Yes, it does.
Oh no!
Why are you like this?
All right. Let's see. Okay. Okay, not bad. Make a strength savings throw.
Shit.
Catch that deer with your mechanical hand.
Oh.
You better catch these
Nice.
hands.
Alright, so this is what happens. Okay, you take 3 damage. It's not bad. He charges you because he sees you slinking off. While she's trying to calm him down, he sees you slinking off, and he's like, well, okay, what the fuck is this shit? They're trying to come around and get my babu. So, he sees you trying to slink off, and he charges you and comes right up on you. And you catch him by the antlers and damage your non-metal hand, but you take 3 points damage to it. And you've got him by the antlers just holding on now.
So he's grappling, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the
You
idea
are
of
not
the-
knocked backwards.
Okay.
I thought the idea would have been cool if you caught him with the mechanical hand, like.
Well, you caught it with both.
Cybernetic.
He caught it with both hands, but the one hand, the
Cybernetic
non-metal hand, is injured. That 20 strength save means you don't get knocked prone.
Okay. So, since I've got him in my hands, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this.
Oh no.
Are you just going to melt his face off?
Yes!
Why?
Arkov, can you do the deer scream again?
Deer are rather afraid of fire. I'm gonna teach him why.
I wonder if Charm Person would work on a deer.
No.
I'm letting Ari make that decision. Ari, would Charm Person work on a deer for me?
The Charm Pulse person, it has to roll a DC, right?
I think, yeah.
You can roll it. I'll allow it.
Well, I have to see what happens with the whole hot breath.
With our future bag of
He
medicine.
takes that 8 damage and he rears back and tries to throw you off, Angie. At this point, because you're attached, you're holding on to his antlers. He takes you and he tries to he bucks up and tries to toss you backwards off of him.
Would that be an acrobatics or a?
We'll say strength to hold on, acrobatics to flip off and land somewhere.
So,
Strength.
We'll use the nice dice. You hold on.
Okay.
Aloria just she hurries over and she's like, I might regret this later on today, but she goes over to the dire elk and she shows submissive girly tendencies in an attempt of deer
She
kind
presents herself.
Seduce
Yeah.
the deer.
to try to use Charm Person on him.
And by the way, he's currently thrashing around, throwing Arul like a guy riding
I know.
riding a bull at the fucking rodeo.
She's trying to seduce the deer. No steppy dire daddy.
What is your DC?
My DC is 13.
That's the humanoid.
Well, I'm gonna allow this just because she is one of his
Our
people.
deer. One of his people. One of them.
What is it? 13? He rolled a 15.
Damn it!
And so at this point,
You're only half his type.
It was close. He almost was aroused by it.
He looked at that ass, he was like, and then he goes up to the body, and he's like, butterface.
Yeah, because she does kind of have wow. She does kind of have that, that deer bottom.
Yeah, but you have a human
apple bottom
ass.
jeans with the boots and the fur.
I'm gonna roll acrobatics to get on the elk's back.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you Legolas this shit. You go running and you do some majestic flip and you just land on his back. Like, you've done this a million times before.
I do a triple pirouette.
Yeah, you land on his back, but oh shit, I fell over. Both your hand, like you've got your, I stood up and I fell over. You've got your fists on your hips, like you're just doing that proud man pose, and you're just sitting on its back.
I'm on a horse.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, I'm gonna take my 2 short swords though, and I'm gonna try and slit its throat.
Ripperoni, Borseroni.
That
I
hits
got
roll
dark pretty
damage. Okay.
It did get dark pretty quick, damn.
He's like, I'm riding a horse.
Okay. He's still up and kicking, but he's been cut pretty bad.
I'm riding a horse. Time to die.
And at this point, okay, keep going. Keep going. This is fine.
Is this when the
This is
giant
fine.
mutant deer shows up?
Huh?
Is this when the giant mutant deer shows up?
Hot.
No.
Not yet.
Mm-mm.
I'm sure there's some kind of guardian or something for these deer.
We're gonna have a Shadow of the Colossus moment, I'm feeling.
Who just rolled what? I clicked out of it for a second. What are you investigating?
Oh, Faust is just looking around the area.
Yeah, Rose with him on that one.
Faust is enjoying the scenery.
That earlier dexterity check,
Mm-hmm.
while the others are dealing with the deer, Faust is building a snowman. Breezy's looking around, he's trying to look for a stick or something for the arms.
Wow.
Faust, you pick up.
Ro uses 2 of his shiny shells in his inventory, and he puts eyes on the snowman.
Row your boat.
You you pick up what you think is a stick, Faust, and it's actually a small staff, like a ashwood staff. It's clearly not just a stick, but you don't care. It was there on the ground. Ro, you
Since it's
noticed.
one solid piece. We'll just shove it through the torso of the snowman, so it has 2 arms sticking out at T-pose.
You hear this god-awful scream from inside the snowman. Ah! As you stab it through the center. You killed Frosty. So...
Oh my
you...
god!
Lori is just looking back and being like, what the hell?
Rose on it. Rose like crouching over, weeping. It was his birthday.
You
There's some blood
guys...
coming from the snow.
Yes, it is,
That's just odd. This is fun.
you guys... Okay, so at this point, Ro, you notice a...
I was gonna ask, does Ro notice that the staff is an actual staff?
Yeah, it's an ashwood staff. It's got some engravings in it. Upon closer inspection, it is in gnomish.
Ro is going to pick up that staff in his tentacles, and he's going to cast
Tentacles,
Identify.
So you're going to pull it out of the snowman.
Holding out the snowman.
And the snowman just
Snowman's
collapses.
dead.
You pulled us, and I know this is probably too soon, but you pulled a Steve Irwin and pulled it out. That snowman might have survived. So you pull out the staff.
I thought you said Steve Urkel at first. And it just, like, Ro pulls out the staff, and you're like, did I do that?
Oh.
No.
Faust looks genuinely hurt. He was building that snowman.
Did you want to build a
killed it.
snowman?
Destroyed it.
So
Ro will help you make new ones.
you
I just imagine Faust pushes a button and you hear, do you want to build a snowman?
no, you actually hear roll perception.
Me?
Yeah,
Okay.
and Faust if you want, because the others are preoccupied with their rodeo.
Modified 20.
Ro's too
Ro-
fascinated with the staff.
Ro, you hear just a bunch of squeaking, but Faust, you hear a very angry little person screaming at you for stabbing the snowman and then using her staff. You see this tiny little gnome woman in druid's clothing. She's in druid's clothing, but she's got some armor on. It's not great armor. She's obviously. She lives out in the wild. She doesn't go into town at all, ever. It's clear by that. But she is on top of what appears to be a gargoyle made out of amber. She's riding it like a horse. And she's screaming at you for using her staff.
You're cutting out some, Ari.
Alright, hold on.
So we have a gnome druid riding an amber gargoyle.
Yeah, one sec. Okay, is that better?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now.
Alright, so I don't know what part I cut out of, but you see this gnome druid ride out on this amber gargoyle. She's got bright red hair and it's all over the place. What'd you be doing?
Vic, you can communicate with her.
What'd you be doing
What
with
is
me
looking
staff?
Redheads.
And why'd you kill Franklin?
Faust will
Franklin.
take the staff back from Ro and hold it out to her.
What?
Ro was using that.
I don't want Franklin's blood on my hands. Why'd you go kill Franklin? And why are you hurting Big Daddy over there?
Big cat.
Faust looks over at the deer. Looks back to her, shrugs. He has no part in that. He holds out the staff.
Robert's more interested in staff as well.
The gargoyle kind of rears up, and he sparkles in the sun because he's amber. The light shines right through him. He sparkles in the sun, and he kind of just looks bored with everything. And she's like, "Gerald, get this from him, Gerald, get it!" And the gargoyle kind of looks at her and rolls his eyes, and then reaches forward and picks it up. And he hands it over to her, and she kind of glares at both of you and huffs, and then like, "Now why are you killing Big Daddy?"
Frost again looks back at the deer and looks back to her. Tilts his head confused. He has no part of that. He's just building a snowman and then stabbing it.
You didn't build the snowman! She looks at you killed shit, what the fuck did I name him? Franklin! You killed Franklin!
Was there a gnome inside the snowman that got rolled up in the ball and Faust just impaled him?
Oh my god, Faust, you're a killer.
Roll me investigation.
5. Faust doesn't care at this point.
You see...
Oh, that's 20!
Shit. You see...
Yeah, give me that info.
I didn't have it again.
Give it to me.
So you see inside the snowman, as you start pulling it apart with your tentacles, you see what appears to be just a little fox. A little white fox.
Oh no!
Ro picks up the mangled fox. Is this your Franklin?
Oh, Franklin.
He's...
Franklin. And
Rose...
she rears back. I want you to roll a dex save.
Ro is confused at the anatomy of your snowmen.
Roll me a dex save, Ro.
Okay.
He made a fox kebab. He ain't gonna lie.
Okay. Unarmed strike is D8, right, NG?
D4.
Okay. She rears back. She rears back, and she has to stand up on her tiptoes on top of Gerald, and Gerald has to still be standing up somewhat to let her reach. She rears back, and she just punches you in the face. And she rolls a 3 damage. You take 3 damage from the bitch slap from the gnome.
Faust, meanwhile, will motion for...
Ro wiggles up. Rolf! That was...
Motion for me. Just make a deer screaming noise again. Oh, that's right. Just make a deer scream.
Well,
I'm kidding.
Ro.
It's a bad thing that Franklin died. If Franklin hadn't died, we would have all known what he said.
Damn it, Edgy.
That's literally the noise she makes as she
you
sings
guys, I've lost. Wait, 1, 2, 3.
Aloria turns her head as she hears
No,
that.
I've got them all.
Just like, what? Like,
Faust
wondering.
points to the bloody fox corpse.
And seeing that, Aloria's eyes widen, her ears flatten, because even though she's like, a fae, since she's, of an animal type of species, she still does care. And she's also, like, fucking loves animals because she's a girl. And she hurries over and picks up the poor little fox out of...
Ro's still holding that fox, by the way.
Yeah, out of Ro's arms. And just like, give me that, you stupid squid.
Ro angrily throws the corpse on towards... I can't remember her name. Aloria. He angrily throws the corpse and then starts swearing violently in skin speech, so he's flashing all these different colors and different skin textures at being struck.
Alright, so I'm gonna roll to attack the elk again since we're still not aware to what's going on.
Yep,
Yeah, go ahead.
here.
Yeah, I was about to switch over to you guys. Go ahead.
She's like,
oh no.
you killed my friend, and then she looks over to Big Daddy and his head just falls off. Like that
Oh,
scene.
no.
I do all this sniper roll.
Cutting a slice of butter.
Alright, so Drywall, you take your greatsword, and NG, I want you to roll another, just do acrobatics.
Run over here.
Acrobatics?
Yeah.
Copy.
Save the baby.
Okay. Drywall, you're I'm gonna, okay. You pull your
Downward
greatsword.
strike to behead it.
Right, you pull your greatsword out, and you shove this blade straight through the back of its neck, but you barely miss the what's the
Roll?
What's the vein?
Carotid artery?
Spinal
Yeah, the
column?
carotid artery. You barely miss it. You nick it, and it's bleeding out. It falls immediately to the ground, and I'll roll it. You get thrown as it falls to the ground, but you land fine. You land on your feet. It's not dead yet, but it's in a very bad shape.
I stand there covered in elk blood.
Are you just like, come at me?
Now I'm just kind of silently standing over it.
Alright.
And it's
We will
breathing.
fucking tear up.
It's breathing pretty heavily. Like it's not long for this world at all. Big Daddy's about to not be Big Daddy anymore.
Big Daddy must be Big Daddy. No one like that? Did you not like my joke?
No, I heard it. I was just
No,
had
you
my
didn't.
mouth on my drink.
My
Well-
feelings.
To be fair, me and Umbrella aren't gonna help because we have no reason to help the elk at this point.
Ro,
Anyway.
Our plan at this point has been to kill the elk.
Yeah.
Ro is glowing daggers at the little gnome, and electricity starts crackling through through 4 of his tentacles.
Quit being a piss baby.
You have squeezed an orange rind in the eye of Ro!
Jesus Christ.
She just waves a hand, and I want you to make a DC strength save. I want you to make a strength save.
Ooh, you kind of cut out.
Bam!
I just wanted him to make a strength save. Alright, you see vines come up from the ground and try to pull you down and tangle you up, but there's just too many legs for her to capture. But she does that mainly to distract you while she takes off running towards the deer.
Ro aims, lifts 2 of his tentacles up, and they start spinning in a corkscrew spiral, and he casts Witchbolt.
Alright,
Wait, don't
what's her dex save?
fucking kill her. She might
She
know what's
attacked
going
the
on.
Ro. Yeah, we don't know what's going wrong. Ro just picked a stick out of a snowman, and we got attacked by a little person for pulling a dead fox out of a snowman.
Oh, honey. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, Ashlyn, honey. Okay. She gets hit hard. Roll damage.
8.
What's her?
So 8 lightning damage.
Oh, honey.
You
okay.
have made a merry Andrew of Ro.
She goes down pretty quick. She
Why
falls.
is Ro roll?
Because I thought it'd be funny.
Oh no.
She goes down pretty quick. She's not dead, but she starts crawling over to him now.
Valoria's gonna keep the little fox in her arms. Well, is he dead?
Oh
by
yeah,
the
no,
way?
he's dead. They stabbed him pretty good.
They.
She's gonna run over to the elk and her name's Ashlyn, you said?
Yeah.
And to her little gnomey friend and get down on her knees beside her and be like and just ask, do you want me to heal him? Like really quickly.
She looks up at you. Are you just going to kill him again later and take his horns?
She coughs out a puff of smoke.
No, we just need them to stop destroying all the crops in the area. I promise we'll heal him if you just if you listen to us and try to help us.
She kind of like looks at you for a second, and then looks at him with a real sad look on her face, and she kind of strokes his face. It's okay, Big Daddy. It's okay. And she looks at you. Heal him, please.
All right, and Aloria proceeds to use. Hold on, if I can get back to the thingy. She's gonna use Cure Wounds. I'm gonna tap on this,
Heal her afterwards.
which was 7.
I am guiltless that elk was coming literally right for me.
You stopped the.
It's coming right for us!
You stopped him from bleeding out. He's still laying on the ground, not in great shape, but he's not bleeding out anymore.
Yeah, so at least he's not gonna like bleed out to death.
Ro walks by the charred gnome and Aloria, and he looks down at her. do not test the roll in fields of magic.
And at this point, you hear behind you the sound of the gargoyle walking on the ground behind you, and he's kind of pissed off. And he smacks you with his tail, and it hurts a lot.
Good.
I feel like this is more of a DM attack than a gargoyle attack.
No,
Oh,
Gerald is her familiar. Gerald is very protective of the little gnome
But can I
girl.
roll a dexterity save to get out of the way?
Yeah.
Get owned, nerd.
Let's see what Gerald says. Yeah, Gerald hits. He rolled a 12. It hits, but it doesn't hurt bad. It's mainly just to get your attention and say, hey, leave her alone. So you don't take any damage.
Alright, well, Ro doesn't quite understand what's happened because he's been attacked twice for nothing he's done. And he raises up one tentacle. Back off, back off, big guy.
Why?
I'm gonna do a perception check to see, given my backstory, if I recognize anything about this gnome. Well, fuck.
He once saw a bird fly into a telephone pole that looked very similar.
I don't think perception would be any helpfulness for me, would it?
Yeah, wouldn't it be history?
It'd be
Yeah,
history.
history.
Did you roll history, NG?
No, I rolled perception back. Oh wow.
Hey,
Okay, let me
you
check
have
your...
you're a monk. You gotta
That's
remember those
20.
books.
Let me check your backstory again real quick. She's... What are you looking for?
Mainly it's the Abbey, and yeah,
You...
gnomes are still living in it.
You heard of an elvish temple that got destroyed a while back, a couple hundred years ago. They had as their temple guardians, they had amber gargoyles. Specifically, only at this temple, they had amber gargoyles. And within the last few years, brief mentions, rumors of a sightings of one of those gargoyles had been brought up to the abbey, and possible mention of a small druid riding one of them, but not much. She tends to stay hidden.
So do I know all this too from rolling a nat 20?
Yeah, you know the rumors of the amber gargoyle surfacing again, and being ridden by a small, possibly a gnome.
What was that abbey called again?
Would you know?
Temple?
Do you know the Muffin Man?
I don't know that you would know that. Roll
Well,
history.
I guess I'll go based. Oh, I probably wouldn't know.
Because it's based off of his backstory. So
I thought Ron was relaying this to all of us, so never mind.
Oh no, I was giving him what he saw.
Yeah, I haven't related yet. I was gonna quickly go over to the gnome and I'll just offer, I don't know, help. At least get between her and the squid.
And the dick squid.
Octopus.
That must be Miles making.
Actually closer to a cuttlefish, but whatever. Ro kind of folds his tentacles and looks kind of
Or like a cuddle dick.
Ro must brood. Ro kind of folds his tentacles up, like she started.
Gerald helps her up, and she sits on his back.
And so Aloria, now that she's at least got the bleeding to stop, she's like just looking over the wounds, trying to see if there's anything she can just do like by hand instead of having to use magic. I'm assuming then you know him, okay. I'm assuming that he belongs to you, and we didn't mean harm. I promise. We were asked to come help because there's been a situation where the deer in the area have been eating all crops, and it's causing quite a problem. And I mean, if we knew that they belonged to you, I would have gladly come to you first. I'm so sorry.
They don't belong to me. They are the Big Daddy. He's the Forest Guardian. He's been he took the elk herd and the deer herd away from a strange area in the forest. They came here. They had nowhere to go.
Do you know?
I almost killed the forest guardian.
Ro looks at drywall. You screwed up.
I kind of I wiped the blood off of my sword on the snow, just kind of skittishly.
Like kind of on his cape behind his back, just kind of slides.
I'm so sorry. I didn't want to have any of them killed unless it was a last resort. I wish I would have known this. I'm so sorry about this. But it is causing strife for the people here because if they eat all the crops, as you see, it's fairly barren. It's going to cause suffering, and because of that, it might cause the deer to also become hunted. Even more so. If
That's
it's
not the
a way
only
to
thing that's
survive.
been hunted. That's why he took them out of the forest. He brought them here.
Mm-hmm.
Something else has died recently, but not. Big Daddy did not want the rest of the herd to die.
What's died?
She gets kind of quiet and doesn't really say anything.
We need to know if there's any way we can help solve this problem. We need to know what's going on.
Persuasion.
Roll persuasion. Okay. Good thing I have a 5. 24.
Oh damn. Okay.
Why not?
Well,
try to be
yours
persuasive.
doesn't fucking matter.
No, go ahead, Angie. Alright, Angie, or do you have any input?
I offer her a beer.
She looks at you, and she's like, fuck it, and she takes she's like, do you have it on you?
Yes.
She takes the beer and she just downs it. She gives you a smile. I like this one, but you. She looks at you.
Which you?
Something you. Sorry.
Okay.
You. Yes,
Gloria.
you. You with the face. She points at you. I found a corpse in the forest a few days back. Appeared to be a horse, I thought. Had too much of a magical aura to it, though. And when I got closer to it, Gerald smelled the blood first. Because you know, the blood of a unicorn, it's almost translucent. But
Yes.
we found the horn sawed off.
That's not what happened.
Found the horn sawed off and his throat slashed.
Aloria pales at that a bit. And she stops to think before what the heck is doodles are?
I know, they're amusing me.
But someone drew blood all over the table.
Aloria sits there and thinks like, I swear I read this in a children's book once.
One
No,
about
she-
Faust, I can explain because he's been making snow angels while he's waiting.
Beautiful.
It's
She
just playing with his tentacles.
she then wait.
Okay.
She then her eyes widen and she looks up. I know what it is. We recently helped the Lord of the Land with an issue where we found these cultists trying to raise an ancient vampire, and we were able to procure the scroll of summoning, and if I remember correctly, one of the ingredients was a horn of a unicorn. So it could be the work of the cultists.
Could be. I couldn't find any tracks though. Nothing. It's just like the body was there, died, came back, and there's nothing there.
Can you
That makes it
repeat
even more
comrades?
likely that that makes it even more likely that they're vampires then.
Yes.
Could you lead comrades to horse?
I said it's gone. I tried tracking it. I shifted to a dire wolf and everything. Nothing. There's no scent anywhere.
Could you take us to where you last lost it?
She looks at you. She looks down at Gerald. She looks back at the deer. Don't hurt the deer. They just want to eat their food.
Well, we need to find a way to let them get food otherwise as well, because we can't let them continue to feed off the food of the land that these people have worked on. I mean, perhaps if you could come into some sort of arrangement with them, but we can't just let this continue, otherwise it's going to end badly. They're going to be killed. You do understand that, right?
I'm taking them to another part of the forest. Can you pass that on to the lord of the land?
Of course. I really appreciate your cooperation.
I was halfway through doing that when you interrupted me and started killing him, and then you killed Franklin. She looks at you, Ro.
Ro killed nothing.
I'm actually rather sad that he killed Franklin. Franklin seems.
And
like
do
he
you
was a
do
sweet
you
little thing.
still have the body in your arms?
Yes.
No, oh, she does, yeah.
You notice as the longer you hold it, you look down. It's no longer a fox. It's another gnome.
Called it.
Oh, Jesus!
And she looks
That's
down.
what you meant by Steve Irwin.
She looks down. Gloria looks down and sees that, and then just gasps, and then like shoots this horrible look at Ro. Why are you just such a stone cold killer? You just hate everything, don't you?
Ro shoots a glance at the frolicking metal man in the snow, and then looks down at her.
He's completely oblivious of the most innocent thing in the world.
I really want
Actually,
to.
that looks kind of fun. Arl's gonna go over and try to...
Everybody finds this horrible, grisly murder, and it's like, you know what? Snow Angels sound way more fun than
Alright,
this.
you know what? I'm gonna write this down because I need to draw the big iron giant and the lizard man, or the draconian, just making snow angels while there's death and destruction everywhere. So yeah,
Ro
she's.
is not to blame for this.
You're an idiot. Of course you're to blame. You fucking killed a gnome. You
Ro
killed
did not
another-
stab a gnome.
You stabbed him with me own weapon!
See? She even said so.
His blood is on me staff, I have to go get a new one, it's tainted!
Roll perception to see if the elk is still alive or if it's bled out in the time that they've been arguing.
No, I stopped the bleeding,
Yeah,
remember?
she stopped it.
Oh, right.
Ro does not need to defend himself.
And at this
Ro
point,
knows what he did.
at this point she glares at you. She hops off of Gerald, and she doesn't really care about her own health. And she starts trying to heal up the elk, and she gets him up onto his feet a bit, and he's kind of like dazed and confused, but he looks like he'll be all right. And she kind of whispers something to him, and she shoos him off, and he looks at you guys all wearily, and the rest of the herd starts following him and meandering off to another side of the forest.
Poor babe. Laura's like, poor thing. If it would help if we didn't have a bunch of bloodthirsty killers.
Alright, and she looks at you all, and she, making a yellow snow angel. She,
Yellow snowing.
damn it, so she looks at you all, and she, God, that's actually the color of piss, too. She kind of looks at you for a second, and then she shifts into a wolf this time, and starts leading you to where the body was.
Blessed.
So then I guess we follow her.
Yes, I'm
Or
gonna
we're
follow
supposed to
her. Oluria trots along with her little deer legs. Trot, 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 trot.
I roll in the snow to wipe off the blood, but then I get up and follow them.
You just stand up with more blood on you.
A robot cuts off head of deer, but Ro
Well-
gets shit for pulling stick out of snowman.
And she,
Whatever.
No
And you-
longer a yellow snow angel.
and
Ro's just kind of grumbling to himself by flashing different colors.
but yeah, so she leads you
I
to
was about
where.
to ask if you had a larger snow angel, then I realized, wait, tail.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I didn't know how to...
Should have made like a little part sticking out from the bottom, but then I was like, wait, that might be a penis.
That's... yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
I'm getting kitty kisses.
Alright, so does everybody follow, or are you two still making snow angel?
I follow. Gloria
Also
follows.
get up and follow, grudgingly.
Wait. First, let me do this first, guys. This is gonna be great. Still covered in blood, I make a bloody snow angel.
Also, Aloria just like pats Faust's frigid self, and she's like, if it's not too dark, we can make a snow fort on the way home. Maybe even have a snowball fight. Would that help you feel better? I know that must have been traumatic watching Ro kill another man in cold blood.
Faust just thumb up.
Get used to it, sweet cheeks.
Don't you talk about my ass.
She says.
Again, everyone speaks of a donkey, yet I see no donkey.
Sorry about Delilah meowing. She laid on my lap and is demanding attention.
Best kitty. Well, sorry, Trax, you're best kitty too. Both of you are best kitties.
Thank you.
Delilah's still a baby. She baby Kiki because she's not a year old yet.
Alright, so
Take a picture of tracks. Actually, I'm listening.
you guys all follow her. You guys get to this clearing. It's
Actually,
below.
while we're walking, can I saddle up next to a rule real quick?
Exit the call and come back. You roboted really hard.
Whoop. Sorry about that.
Kittens everywhere.
See, I'm at.
Delilah's...
Go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, I'm at the house, so the
Alright.
burbs aren't with me right now.
So as we were walking, Ro kind of fall into lockstep with a rule real quick because he wants to ask a rule something.
In walk step.
Lockstep. So Lizard is historian, yes?
Lizard is what?
Historian.
Perhaps, yes.
You know of philosophies, yes?
A little.
Has Lizard ever heard of philosopher Odo?
1 second. I'm just. Can I just roll a history check?
Yeah, because I don't need what?
Oh.
Yes?
I want to say maybe I have a kind of an idea.
Okay.
He did like my character has had access to a lot of libraries, so it's possible.
That's more what he's asking. Like, Ro wonders if Lizard could provide sources for Ro to research this Odo.
If we get back to my abbey at some point, they've got a good library there, and I know other sources of information as well. We can see.
Very well. Thank you. That's it.
Okay.
I'll have to post this.
Oloria's just trying to trot along and keep up with the gnome, though I'm assuming it's not that hard because she's like a gnome.
Well,
Even
right now
smaller
she's
than
a
her.
just a
I know.
wolf. She's just
like,
loping
I finally
along.
understand how Faust feels.
No, right now she's a wolf, so she's just loping along, and Gerald's taking up the rear. Gerald is taking up the rear of the party right now. Just.
You can take up my. I'm kidding.
Aw, Trax, kitty.
Blessed kitty.
Blessed
Also,
kitty.
did you see that Tiango said in before tracks peas in shoes? Wait, where did you post this picture?
In the chat.
In Moonlight Sonata.
So.
What a good baby girl. I'll have to take a picture and show you of Delilah. I think I might have it on my phone actually.
There's another fucking bug.
Track's actually full grown.
Delilah, I've had her since she's born. She's almost a year old in a couple weeks.
The chat's demanding you finish your kinky joke.
About he can come up my rear.
So anywho, the gnome turned wolf is
Lord
leading.
isn't anal confirmed.
The gnome turned wolf is leading you guys to where the unicorn was killed, and she shifts back as soon as you get to this clearing. You're below the snow line now, so it's grass and just general forest bed debris on the ground, and there's you can see where the body was, and you see some shimmering where the blood might have been, but it's obviously they collected the body, they collected the horn and everything. Everything's been taken. There's nothing left. There's not a trail. The blood is just pooled in the one spot. Nothing to go on.
You should look in the Discord, by the way, our cough's puffer.
I roll nature to see if I can sense anything like tracks or anything.
Oh, babies.
Yeah, Ro's gonna roll survival because he's used to tracking people. well, characters.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing. The only tracks that you have are where the gargoyle and the gnome have been nearby, and that's it. There's absolutely nothing. It's like the unicorn showed up and was killed, and then the next moment was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Eloria leans down and looks at that, seeing all the lack of tracking. It's almost as if something picked it up and lifted it off the ground. There's no way, unless they're able to glide or something. You think they can just float off the ground? Can vampires do that?
Or would not put it past them.
Roll Arcana.
Okay. Whee. Well, NG knows.
And she knows everything.
Why would it makes sense actually with the characters?
It's sad
Right.
that Ro only gets a 13 with that 6 there.
Yeah,
shit.
NG,
Yo.
you know that some vampires, dependent on the bloodline, do have a levitation ability, but most of them can shift to another, like a bat or a hawk or a wolf or something. But you do know of the pure-blooded ones, the older ones, the stronger ones. They have a secondary form, and they've got some pretty large wings. They can easily fly off.
So either we've got I'm just going to tell them. So either we've got a chance that they've got a specific ability to levitate. I don't know, with carrying off a unicorn, probably not a weaker one shifting into like a bat form. I don't think. Okay. Or we could have one that's really old and ancient and has a second form, and they can basically turn into a giant monster with wings. So I don't want to fight them.
An ancient. And do we know that Magnus is an ancient? Like, is that common knowledge?
You, Faust, and Arul know this.
Okay.
Is there any of the unicorn blood on the ground, or was it all like drained?
No, there's just residue where it dried up and it dispersed. It's just there's glitter on the ground.
Fabulous.
I take a tuft of the unicorn's hair.
Way to just insult the corpse. Goodness. Anyway, Eloria taps her chin, as she's thinking. The stronger ones, do you think another ancient could be working with the cultists? Because I doubt it's likely that they've summoned. They wouldn't need this if they did.
It's quite possible.
That doesn't seem good. That might be something Marcus definitely would like to know. Somebody's tippity tapping.
It's me. Does that make sense?
Did you say that makes sense?
That makes sense!
Makes sense to me.
Who were you
Sorry,
asking?
you speak badly.
What?
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 I'm so confused.
She's being attacked by bugs.
No, I already killed both of them.
Rip.
Okay, so we have a husk of a corpse covered in glitter.
No, there's no corpse at all. There is nothing there.
No.
There is literally just an imprint in the debris on the forest
They
bed.
don't have the unicorn hair.
Wait, but what happened to the unicorn then? I thought she said it was still there.
No, I
Yeah,
said
that's
the
what I
body
heard.
was gone. The body's gone. There's nothing there. She said the body was gone, taken away. She came
Oh,
back.
I thought you said that the horn was
No,
taken off.
she said the horn was taken off. She went to go find assistance, Franklin. She left and then came back and the body was gone.
Okay.
How long ago was this?
Why don't you ask her?
Roll. I thought she said it already.
No, sorry.
Roll questions how long ago this attack was.
2 nights ago, I think. I don't know how long ago it had been killed. I found the body and then I went to go find Franklin, dear Franklin, and I came back with Franklin and the body was gone. We had taken the deer to get them out. Big Daddy was concerned that they might come for him and his child as well, so...
Do you have anything we could perhaps track the unicorn by?
It hasn't snowed in the last 2 days, has it?
No, not below the snow line. You guys are below the snow line now. On the mountain.
Oh, so it's like grass and dirt and shit.
Yeah, it's grass, dirt, leaves, sticks.
Dang it.
Shit.
Shit.
Whoa.
Well, there are a lot of deer.
Right. So you there's no tracks of where the unicorn had come in or come out. It's like I said, it's like it had appeared. But she looks around and she sees the faint sparkle of the last little bit of blood that hasn't dissipated, because the unicorn blood it's like alcohol. It just goes away after its exposure. It just goes away after a certain amount of time, and it's been about 2-3 days, so it's pretty much gone. She quickly runs over and uses her dagger and kind of scrapes it off the ground a bit and shoves it into a little glass jar she pulls out of her bag, and she hands it to you. You might be able to use a mace to track where they took it, but I can't do any of that.
I put the vial in my bag and I nod. Thank you. We shall use this to perhaps track whoever killed it.
May I ask a personal question? And I do apologize for if it's rude. Was Franklin your significant other?
No, Franklin wasn't me. No, he was me brother.
Oh. She looks back at Rogue. You killed her family. What if that's the only family she has left?
Oh no, there's about 50 of them back at the village. I just stay away.
She learned to love herself.
50.
50 of you. Oh, well then.
There's
Who
ways.
the fuck cares?
But Franklin was the one I liked the most. He wasn't a dumbass.
Ro has dozens, hundreds of kin.
You know nothing, bro.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
I want to floss. I nod.
Gloria just if she asks for a beer from Arul.
I'll give her one. She's had a rough day. She deserves it.
So she opens it up. She's like, pull one out.
Pull one out for our nomies.
I'm gonna replace the beer and I'm gonna get my worst beer to pour it out. I don't like wasting beer.
Okay.
Is this gonna become that Key and Peele sketch? I mean, do we really have to pour one out? I mean, what's that?
Oh, come on. Pull one out for my nomies is probably gonna be the pinnacle of my night.
Pinnacle of your whole campaign.
Probably. While that's happening, Ro's gonna surge a texture of flower petals and kind of just look at Faust, because he knows the truth. But he doesn't say anything.
I've got to get back to the village. Big Daddy's taking the herd on. I've got to get back to the village, even though I hate all of them. I'm gonna go back there, and I'm gonna tell Mother, and I'm gonna tell Father that some freak killed Franklin in the forest.
And almost killed you.
I can finish
Nat
the
20 sleight of hand.
What did you do?
Faust still has a little bit of blood from what little was on the staff in Snowman. He draws a little smiley face on his helmet and looks at Ro, then wipes it off.
Oh my god!
Oh man. Ro is unresponsive. Wow, that's good. I can't top that. I can't top that. That's good.
You know what?
Hang on, I gotta give myself 1 point of damage for that. I can't. 12 HP. I can't deal with that. Rogue, the best Rogue can do is he creates a skin structure of sticking a tongue out and then turns away. It's like
I
that's.
surprised it's not a skin structure of giving him the finger.
Well, bro, didn't think of that.
Alright, so she doesn't notice this. So, alright. You take that back to the redhead, the good one, the redhead with the curly hair and the red eyes, the one that lives down there at the big old castle down the hill. You take that back to him and tell him.
Oh, you mean Fatness?
Yeah, the big one.
Yeah, he is a big one, ain't he?
I mean, he's bigger than me. But she like leaps onto Gerald's back and like rodeo style and like leaps onto his back, and he kind of turns around like she's trying to be all bravado, and Gerald's just had enough of her shit, and he kind of turns around and she starts walking off on Gerald towards the other end of the forest, and catch you later, losers. Don't be killing any more of me kinfolk. I can't keep losing them all. There's only 50 more of them left. She kind of just leaves.
I looked at Faust. You're gonna have more than just a smiley face if you keep to that.
Did he see that?
I thought only Rose saw it.
Yeah, Rose the only one who saw that, unless you rolled the perception.
Fair enough. So table talk then.
So, Aloria turns and points at Ro. That means no more killing, or else I will put you in time out.
I slowly put away my greatsword. It's making like a loud noise.
I wanted to make a whipping
She
joke
turns
with
back.
the tentacles.
You too.
Oh please, I'm sorry that I wanted to acquire some caribou for dinner tonight for those of you who need to eat.
Do you even have stomach?
At this point, real quick, at this point it's about midday, so you're about halfway down the mountain already from where she led you down.
So we're heading back to get him.
You can make it. You can make it back to the castle before nightfall, before you have to deal with other unsavories out in the woods.
Did we solve the deer issue?
Yep, the
Yes.
deer are gone.
Big Daddy's
I
taking
rolled
them away.
insight to see if I have a stomach.
Wait.
I got no idea what goes on in this shit.
You rolled a nat one. Alright,
Knowing
so
that I have a stomach.
here's what you do.
Because
Nope.
you rolled a nat one, you are now questioning whether you actually know yourself. You're questioning your own self-awareness.
You know that
He's
episode?
questioning if he actually exists.
No, you know that episode of Full Metal Alchemist where Al thinks that he's just a puppet from his brother?
My testicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. You're questioning whether or not you're really sentient or if you're being commanded by the rest of the group.
I'm just kind of in a catatonic state now, sitting in the snow.
Having an existential crisis, just like all these squares make a circle.
All these squares make a circle.
I need you to tell me that I can leave the lookout.
Mr. Popo, you may leave the lookout.
Did I kill the deer, or did one of you make me kill the deer?
But anyway, so I'm assuming
I
then we're
want
heading.
Faust to pick up Umbrella, just carry him under his arm as they make their way back, so he's in a catatonic state.
Aloria's probably gonna ride on.
As you pick me up, you
shoulders
just
again.
hear a slight, like, high-pitched the whole time.
If
Yeah, he's a blue
Aloria's
screen.
if Aloria's allowed to ride on Faust's shoulders again, she'll be grumpy before, but now she's like a little happier, and she's like, I'm queen of the mountain. She's being silly.
So
As
Ro's
a
the only one
child.
walking right now. Ro and Faust are the only one who's walking.
Angie, are you back on your horse?
Yeah, Aurel's on his horse, and he's just. He's not saying anything. He's just watching.
But in his mind, secretly, look at my horse, my
My
horse
horse is amazing. Give it a lick. It tastes just like raisins. I love that.
Alright,
song.
so you guys, unless you guys want to divert at all, you guys make it back down the mountain. Into town.
Are the dwarves actually nearby? Like, we could probably knock 2 of these out in one day.
Or are they in another town?
The dwarves are in where's my Google Doc?
Another castle.
Your dwarf is in another castle.
Thank you, Mario.
The dwarves are actually in a town about a day's travel away.
Yeah. We can go shopping. Shopping. Let's get some shoes.
Oh my god,
have
shoes.
Do I?
Wouldn't mind taking a look, seeing if they got any shops.
Does anybody here wear shoes?
I do. I wear boots.
Alright, yeah, you guys get to the small town at the base of, because the castle is about 2 hours away from this small town, so you guys came down the mountain a little bit out of the way, but you'll still make it back to the castle by nightfall. But you see this little tiny. It's not very big. They've got like 3 shops. Town.
Aloria, just taps a finger to her like chin. Wonder if the perfume or anything else to make me seem more appealing.
Ro has perfume.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
Under the breath. Well, she needs a lot of help.
I'm quite unsure as to what you might consider a pleasant smell.
Ro, it was actually gift to Ro for being diplomat.
Hey, I should have perfume in my diplomat thing. She's like, but I want something that Lord Magnus would enjoy. What?
Ro just turns blue and just wanders away.
What does blue mean?
Angie, I just saw your revelation at my.
Oh, yeah, I saw your response. I saw the image. I'm like, oh my god. I know that. Where's that from? Oh, jeez.
By the way, Drywall, my dad's girlfriend has a mini Aussie. He's cute. His name's Akka.
But yeah, so you guys get down into the town. You're looking for perfume and what else?
Hops and some brewing supplies.
Okay.
Also, Warrior's like, should I get something sexy to wear? As if she has a chance. Everybody's just like uncomfortable silence.
No, I'm still in a catatonic state of wondering if I exist.
Should we give him a drink
That's
of like
a-
of oil?
really get any supplies.
Alright, so you guys are looking for hops, clothing, and
I'm trying to think of what would be good supplies. Also, perhaps some sensible items like healing potions. Ooh, steel weapons! I just remembered that. Oh, I'm so smart.
Silver, do you mean?
Oh yes, silver.
Faust can't actually wear any armor or anything like that, so when we're shopping, he's just standing out in the plaza, watching.
Yeah, Ro's with him. He has.
Am I real?
Aloria goes.
Do I
Aloria
exist?
goes and Aloria it buys him a pinwheel.
alright, so you guys come upon 3 shops. One's a general shop, the other is a mixture of magical items and a few weapons, or like magical supplies rather, and a few weapons. And then the third one is a little. It's a little bookstore.
If they're gonna say like an adult book, like an adult store.
I mean, you can ask them what they have in the adult section. Chat,
Anyway.
please behave.
So Arul's gonna go into the supplies, just magical supplies, see if they get anything for. I want to see if they can. He wants to see if there's anything that they have that can help him brew, like something, a healing potion, or something. He's already a good brewer.
Ro's gonna actually follow him into the magic shop because magic.
Are we bringing the Colette
Really
back?
curious to a fault.
So you
You say
want
magic and weapons.
you want to clarify, Angie, you want something that'll help brew the beer quicker or better or
Make
I
a
was-
healing brew.
Yeah, I would like to see if I can actually make beer that can kind of help heal people, like a healing beer.
A beer so strong it literally fortifies your life, gives your life meaning.
okay. You get inside the shop and it's a small old man with balding hair. He's got the male pattern baldness. He's got a little ring of like wispy gray hair around the edges of this bald spot, and he's wearing like Giuseppe's clothes from fucking Pinocchio, but he's wearing like
Forgot that his name.
he's wearing some apron and some just general clothing. He doesn't look like he's into a whole lot of money, but he looks at you as you come in. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good. You got anything that can help me brew a better beer,
Beer, huh? Let me
or
look.
something to help heal people with?
I don't know if I can do that, but let me look in this here box. And he opens a box that he's got over here. He's looking through. It's labeled. It literally is labeled in like 5-year-old handwriting. Beer, but it's spelled BEIERE, and like the R's
Wow.
the R's backwards.
Nice.
Impressive.
While
So
you're searching there, roll like any spells and or magic items you have for sale.
glances up at you. You got a funny accent. And he looks back into the box, and he starts going through the box, and he pulls out a stone. It looks like a soapstone almost, and he sets it on the counter. And it's got a little note wrapped around it, and he slides that towards Arul. And what kind of spells are you looking for, Voodoo?
Say that again, Ari. My headphone cut out.
No, you're fine. He slides this a pumice stone, like a soapstone pumice stone, a real like porous stone. He slides it over to you, and it's wrapped up, and it's got a little note tied around it with some twine. Voodoo, what kind of spells were you looking for?
Ro was looking for some level 1 spells that would honestly probably be found from paladins or bards. Something like mending or minor illusion. Maybe bless if that's possible.
Okay. He holds up a hand, and he goes back into the back for a second, and he looks around. I ain't got no good spells at all. You might go try the bookstore down the street. They might have something to your liking.
I'm gonna. Arul's gonna read what's in the note on the stone.
It is written in Dwarvish. Do you speak Dwarvish?
I do.
It's written in Dwarvish. It says that it's a stone blessed by the god of drink.
Oh, Hansi, actually the god I follow.
It's blessed by the god of drink, and it says praise be unto he, and it says throw this in your drink, and it will add some properties to it. It adds a D4 healing if someone drinks it.
So it's like one of those freezing rocks?
Yeah, it's a bourbon rock. It's bourbon rocks, pretty much. It's a bourbon rock, if you know what that is.
Okay, how much do you want for the bar? How much do you want for the rock?
I don't know what it is. The dwarf dropped it off a while back. Funny looking feller. Had funny accent too. What's with all you people with funny accents? And he points at you, Ro. And he goes, you're normal, but these people. And
Ro's skin has a wave of scale-like textures, and he kind of mutters, "You have a funny accent."
I was like, well, just a humble monk. I can take that rock off your hands if you don't.
Can I roll
Not too much
Constitution
for
to
it.
break my catatonia?
wait, yeah, roll a con or a wisdom save. So
I do exist.
Okay. I'm gonna say 20 gold, because he doesn't care what it is. He thinks it's just a rock and with some mysterious writing on it.
20 gold? Fine. I will do that. Yes. I'm going to hand 20 gold.
You said this store had weapons, right?
Yeah, just minor weapons.
Since the lord doesn't know, she goes up to the man. She's like, I'm. Would you perhaps have any weapons that have silver as the main component?
Got some arrows. Just silver tips. Even though the arrowheads themselves are not really silver, the tips are silver. I don't have much more than that. I'm a poor merchant, a mess.
I understand. Thank you, though.
I have a bow and arrow. I could use those.
Oh, that would be. That
Ro
is a
could
good
use those
point.
as well.
I think that would be good for the both of you to get some of these at least. I'm not proficient in bows, unfortunately. I never tried to learn more than I really needed to. But I think it would be very useful for the both of you. Would we buy like health potions and stuff from this guy?
Yeah, you can buy them from him.
However, I would like. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, the arrows, he just tells you the arrows are, since they are silver tipped, they are going to be a little more expensive. 1 gold for 3.
How many does he have?
He's got about 9.
I'll take 3.
Ro will take 4.
And just when you use your arrow, specify that you're going to use the silver arrows, and just we'll say that it does the weakness damage. It does regular arrow damage, but it'll count as their weakness, so it'll do the double.
Okay.
So if I punch them with my metal arm, it's double.
Yeah.
That okay.
For Michi, what did you ask?
She then asks, "Is there any I'm assuming you have a decent stock of health potions, then they're always such a staple. They're such a necessity. I'm sure you'll understand."
So health potions. Yeah, I've got some of those. Yes. Don't taste very good, but I can give you a few. And he goes back and he pulls about 3 off the shelf. These are the last 3 I have. Don't have much. 50 gold each.
She looks at the others. "Do you think this would be a good idea to get then? I mean, we can only we can only cure ourselves with magic so much, and sometimes, potions tend to help when you can't help yourself."
I do not know if I am able to ingest potions.
"Well, then we'll save curing spells for you, buddy."
Bro is kind of inspecting his new arrows.
So did you buy the 3 or?
Yeah, we're
I've
still
seen no
buying.
reason not
I
to.
bought 3 and Robot 4.
Okay, so you just make sure you inventory those arrows and specify that you use them. Michi, you got the potions.
Mm-hmm.
He wraps them up in a little box and hands them over to you.
Yay! So
Um,
do I add them to my inventory?
Yeah, just add them to your inventory. I think the health potions do D4 or D8. I don't have my
Do not know.
PHB with. Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, there it is. Health potions.
Multiple carry potions.
Excuse you! I must go, please.
197.
She's gonna get like a pop-up picture. She's gonna, while they're at the bookstore, she's gonna find a book that shows the difference between a goat and a
She's
deer.
gonna get him a children's book to help him speak common.
She gets him hooked on common.
Hooked on goods.
I'll have to look up the health potion later because I'm not finding it in the book.
Oh, you're fine.
We'll add it later because we're about done for the day anyway. What else did you need to look up at the stores?
Aloria wanted to get perfume, but it's not a necessity. She just wants to smell and look good for Magnus, so that way she might be able to woo him.
You might check the bookstore.
Oh.
I asked if the blacksmith has any iron bows.
Iron bows.
Excuse me. do you
We have an Iron Man.
Do you have the fawn and the vicar in stock?
Have you guys walked over to the bookstore at this point? He looks at you, Drywall. He says, "No, we don't have any iron bows. Just got the standard long wooden bows."
Valoria's trotting over to the bookstore. It's like, well, no work here.
Apparently
Chat says
standing here.
2d4 plus 2.
Thanks.
Ro's gonna follow her to look at some magic books.
The faunish folly.
Yeah, so you guys go over to the bookstore. Arul and Faust and Drywall. What do you guys?
I sent you a message in Discord.
Yeah, I'm looking. Yes.
Aloria's perfume is going to be called Seductive Sucker.
Yes, Arkoff.
Faust is gonna make his left arm a Swiss Army knife.
What?
Just
Full of
eventually.
shit.
Oh no, eventually. That is along his progression path.
Really?
Alright,
Just gets
so, Rule and Drywall, are you guys gonna follow to the bookstore? Are you done with the shop?
I wait outside with Faust.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm done. I got what I wanted.
Alright, you guys go to the bookstore and you see a small woman, older woman. Everybody in this town seems kind of run down and old. And so she looks at you. Good morning!
Oh, good morning.
Or evening. I don't know what time of day it is.
Oh, any time of day is a good time, isn't it?
He's noon.
Thank you, Rev.
What's new?
perfect time for drinking.
Ah! I like you. And she like pulls out a flask and just downs half of it before putting it back in her dress.
Jesus.
The shakes in her hands kind of slowly fade away as she takes a sip.
Bless her. So usually the bookstore would have perfume.
You can ask.
I have a rather odd question. Would you perhaps have any supplies? I know a friend who's trying to woo this rather handsome older gentleman. What was that?
A friend, huh?
Yeah, and she's hoping to perhaps in a rather crude word seduce him. I was wondering if you have anything any effects to please them, looks wise, smell wise, anything.
Will
And
catches
she-
a rule's eye and turns spotted for a few seconds.
And she just gives this like innocent little smile.
She looks at you. She looks at you with this knowing look on her face. I got your friend covered, but
Yeah.
She just pulls out a giant strap-on.
Jesus
keep it PG, please.
Is it made of wood? Is that the stake that's going through his heart?
So she pulls out.
I didn't know your heart
You know
was
the
in your
quickest way
ass.
to a man's
Wait.
heart was through his
Guys.
Wait,
Guys.
quick. Does that mean if his heart is in his ass that he's Lorne?
Alright.
Did you ever watch Angel?
So.
No.
I
No.
like good TV. I'm joking.
Anyway, go
Alright.
ahead, Ari.
She goes.
Why are you worried about us, Ari? You're worried about voodoo.
Well,
and
no,
Nietzsche.
because I called the chat out on talking about some stuff a little while ago.
Scented gear oil.
She goes back, she goes, I got you, hold on. And she walks back, and she goes back to the back, and you hear some, like, clinking and rummaging, and some, like, you hear this pfft, as she, like, something, like, some sort of chemical reaction happens. And you see, like, this little flash of green, and she walks back out. She slams this little vial on the counter, and she goes, I use this to descent the books after they get brought back. And she
Oh no.
slides it across.
Oh, they smell like the docks when they bring them back.
Does she mean like the naughty books when they get?
Yes,
brought
that's
back?
exactly what she means.
That means exactly whatever
Pinky
you think it
fingers.
needs to mean.
She reaches out to gently take hold of the vial. How much would it be for this?
How desperate are you?
I was gonna hype up Barry.
No, desperate, it hurts.
She leans in and whispers, I'm in heat.
And where are you staying?
Where are we staying?
You're staying at Castle.
No, is that what she was asking?
Magnus.
Yeah.
Magnus
Is that what
Keep.
she was asking?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord Magnus is letting us stay with him.
And you're in heat, and you're staying in the vampire's castle, and she yells this out.
God.
She doesn't.
I kind of like the idea that she completely connects with her on this level. Like, oh, I understand, like, completely. And she gives it. And then she goes in the back and gets the really dirty book.
And Aloria just like for once she turns bright red and just like tries to reach over to cover the woman's mouth.
Then Ro sees her and he says, "Turtles."
Satyr, as shameless as you are, I thought you already like accepted the fact that we all knew what you wanted.
And but a humble
She thought she was being subtle.
I have some standards.
That
I'll
was-
give it to you for free. You're already risking your life staying out there with them. She just like hands it to you.
You're a saint. I would love to get some.
Oh, don't call me a saint. She like hobbles off.
Real quick question about the world. Is Magnus and his clan, for lack of a better word, are they like openly vampires and like controlling the town, or is it like a Transylvania kind of situation where they run the town, or
Magnus.
is it they're all shadowy?
As
decide.
Rule and Faust and Aloria. No, Magnus is one of the behind.
City guard.
No, Magnus is one of the, for lack of
Dukes.
behind. Yeah, the Dukes, but he's also behind the scenes running things. But Magnus is the overseer of all of the creatures in this specific country, because he's pretty much the king of the things that go bump in the night.
The Night Stalkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was asking. Like, if like common people, like the shop owners and these,
They
folks, like,
know
they're vampires. Yeah.
they have there's rumors going around that that's what Magnus is, but they leave him alone because he's
So it's an open secret kind of thing.
a
Unless they
necessary.
get omnommed.
Right, if they get omnom, they usually get upset, but things happen
Right.
to make the
That's what I was
omnom go
wondering.
away.
Like, whether Magnus is like, they flaunt it in their own like private keep and like with their decadent parties, but the common people just think they're aristocrats. But everyone, it's a kind of an open secret that
There's
he-
the rumors going around, and you got the fanatics like her who are like, fucking vampires, man, like aliens. But then, I did the hand motion too when I said it.
I'm not saying it's vampires, but it's vampires.
That's when she puts the strap on back on the table. This is
Look, voodoo. But yeah, no, yeah. So that's what it's a secret, but it's they let the people think what they're gonna think, but they don't confirm or deny.
okay.
So, but yeah, she's gone. She's fucked off to the back of the shop now.
Roy wanted book.
And she like pops her head out. What you want, funny man?
Roy would like to peruse
Funny man.
magic texts you have.
Got no magic books here, just regular ones and dark ones in the night.
Dark ones in the night.
Old one.
Ones that
light.
you would read at night.
Does
Oh,
you have
she means those books.
Yes.
does books you have of bumps of goose?
Bumps of
Goosebumps.
You mean chicken
Yeah.
skin?
God damn it.
Ooh, I wonder if she has the Kama Sutra.
I was actually trying to think of a joke about the Kama Sutra. I was gonna call it like.
No,
the
you know
Vampa
what
Sutra or
chickens?
something.
You know goosebumps are also called chicken skin.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to
I've
make
always
sure.
heard the other was called goose flesh, but
I don't know. See, I've always heard it as chicken skin too. So but
I've never once heard chicken skin.
yeah, I've
I've
never
heard
heard chicken flesh.
skin.
I've heard goose flesh and goosebumps or
Yeah.
chills.
Goose pimples.
Yeah, goose pimples is another one.
but yeah,
Goosebumps.
she means she's got regular books. She doesn't seem like the type to deal in anything arcane at all.
What else?
This, like I said, this is a really small town. They've just got a few things to protect themselves from, and things that travelers periodically
Ro
will
just
drop
thinks
off.
this town blows.
Yeah, like he does.
Should we?
He's been slapped and scarred. He's been attacked by tiny people coming out of snowmen.
But
He's
she
not-
she
he's not
she
happy
does
with
look
this
at you.
town.
She does look at you. You might check the town. About 3 days over, it's called Red Crest. You might check there. They got bookstores all over the damn place over there. You might find something useful. And she like disappears. Ow! Foot cramp. Fuck. Ow!
Rip. I thought that was the lady saying it first, and
Yeah,
I
me
realized
too.
it was you.
I was about to make a joke about it.
Fuck! Oh, that hurt. Alright, so yeah.
Rosa just as aloe vera.
I'll roll real quick. Just gonna lean over to Aloria. You know, I'm not one for it myself, but if you really need some help with Lord Magnus, I can give him some beer that might lower his standards enough.
That is dark.
The light, and anyone who's had the grace of being with thee says that they feel like their souls have been renewed.
Wait, he doesn't have a soul.
Don't you habitually like glamorize them and like magic them if they're falling for you?
That wasn't Umbrella Mythos. That was our roll.
That was Arul being fucking
You say
savage.
Mythos and my name, and I'm like, excuse you?
Damn, though, that was savage. I'm sure that I can do just fine on my own. Thank you very much.
We're never gonna
Arlo
go out
wasn't
of
meaning to
taverns.
be savage. He's trying to be helpful. He's just really not good.
Aloria also is going to curiously just open the vial just to try to see what it smells like.
It smells like whatever your greatest desire is. It's a ploy to get people to actually buy the book.
It's love
Shit.
potion number 9.
That's a good thing, and she gave it to me for free. I am fucking lucky.
Never
Look,
trust a
there's
gypsy.
Lots of blood.
If there's a way you could distill the smell off that and like bottle it, and then you could probably use that for other purposes.
But
If
yeah.
only she could make it into a constant perfume.
I look to the gypsy and ask, do you have anything that may be able to disguise my metallic demeanor?
You don't like to be
I
metallic.
don't know that anything can hide that personality of stone.
Sometimes it is useful to not be seen as a machine or a construct.
Again, you might check what the fuck did I say the town was? Red Crest.
You might try to butcher shop, cover some skin on that.
Good God,
I
we're-
tried that with the elf. That ended with us getting slapped.
So you might try the theater company in Red Crest. You might find something there.
So
I
Red
heard
Crest
my
is
name.
clearly where we're going. I was gonna tell Aloria that Bro knows Identify. Maybe he could figure out what spell is on the book to give it that smell property.
It's not a book. She's got a vial of the scent itself.
Oh,
You are
That's
a
sick.
bard, yes, Michi?
Yes.
If you eventually learn prestidigitation, you can use that to recreate the smell in that vial anytime you wish, provided Ori allows it.
Perhaps later. So are you guys done? Are you guys done inside the shop?
Yeah, I am.
yes, we are.
Right.
Actually, wait, before we go, do you have any books on the weaknesses of vampires and or werewolves?
You stick a stake through one and you shoot one with silver. How hard is it? And
She says, shaking the same object.
she picks up a book and she lays it on the counter. She goes, "Old Van Helsing's knows, but it's just a tabloid. The man never existed." She shoves it over and free. The dwarves hand it out like candy. It's like, yeah, you know how like the Gideons, they hand out the little tiny Bibles.
Yeah. I've dealt with the
The dwarves hand out little tiny Van Helsing books.
Okay, so I'll put Van Helsing's notes in my inventory.
Yeah. But yeah.
But Aloria's good.
Yeah, alright, so she gives you the book, and you guys go outside into the town square, and you see, Faust.
Mm-hmm.
I beat.
What's up, big guy?
Faust is currently doing the robot, entertaining a crowd of people.
You know what?
Let him.
You see people throwing silver and coppers at him. No one's throwing gold, because no one there is that rich, so they're all just throwing silver and coppers. You get about 6 coppers and 5 or so silvers, so about 11 pieces of coin.
Hey, he's of more use to us than I thought.
Faust stops mid-motion. Grinding stone sound as his head turns to Aloria. He looks hurt.
You are plenty help. I mean, there's even more hidden treasures to you. You are just one big nesting doll of delights.
This goat is like super mean.
You hear a lady from the crowd. Take me and my baby. We need someone to take care of us.
Okay. And Ro takes the baby.
No, that's
Please
for
return the
Faust.
infant. Please return the infant.
I imagine he says that like an alarm from a car backing up, like, please return the infant.
I'm just in Ro's face. Please return the infant. Please return the infant. That is not your child. Please
Ro
return.
puts the child back into the woman's arms.
She kind of looks at you funny. She kind of look.
You can always find work somewhere at the Abbey for you if you really need help.
That's the worst woman, right?
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I need a job. The kid needs food.
I'll give her directions.
job.
My husband ran off with some gnome lady and he never came back.
Oh,
Was your
well,
husband also a gnome? If so,
He was
I
pretty
have-
short, but I don't think
a bad guy, does he?
he's
No.
pretty short. But I don't think I'd call him a gnome. That might be a bit insulting.
Was his
Pray
name
tell, what was-
Franklin?
Oh no, his name was Gerald.
Oh, good. Then we know that our friend didn't kill your husband.
Wait, Gerald is in the gargoyle?
No, Gerald as in the man. He's short, but I wouldn't call him a gnome.
Nor a
Yeah.
well, if he ran off with a gnome, well, that really
Maybe he's a
Maybe.
must be lacking downstairs.
bunch.
Although may not get comedy, but he even laughs at that, and it's a horrible sound as he doesn't have lungs which can process
You know what he
air.
sounds like?
Alright, so you guys deal with this woman. She agrees to take the job at the Abbey. She needs a job desperately. The baby needs food, and the husband's been gone for God knows how long.
She turns to and goes, perhaps it'd be nice to give her a little bit of coin to help her as she's trying to get along too. Do you all agree with that? I mean, we can't just let her child suffer.
Ro is still kind of curiously inspecting the infant.
It's a baby. Careful, they break.
Well, he's not like the woman's holding the baby. Ro's just like kind of playing with it with the tentacles.
I mean, it does have squishy cheeks. And
Why
I
don't you
roll
roll?
Arcana on the child.
It's just.
I'm just gonna do a quick insight check on the. Oh wow.
It's just a baby. God.
Here, I'll do a quick
I'm doing it on
insight.
the.
I have an insight on the woman herself.
You roll Arcana.
Ro is
I
actually
got
not
19.
going.
I got 19 insight to check on the woman.
Ro is actually not going to be invested in any of that. He's going to use shape of water, and he's going to create little. He's going to open his water skin and create little fish swimming around the
That's
baby's
on the
head.
Oscar.
So, no, she's literally her husband's gone. He took off probably 6 or 7 months ago and never came back.
I hand her a skinning knife and I nod. Best of luck on your travels.
Wow.
The baby needs to eat. He hands him a skinning knife. Good luck.
That got
Baby.
dark. So the baby starts
Mouse will
giggling.
give her the copper and silver you got for dancing.
And she takes it and she starts like crying. She's like, "Thank you, Mr. Metalman." And the
She-
baby
like,
starts
she-
giggling and playing with the fish.
She
You cut off there.
Gloria stops really quick also, and she because I'm assuming they're dividing. She gets her share and she gives her 10 gold pieces to help her out for a while.
She's sobbing at this point.
Uh,
And the baby's playing with the water fish.
Oh, what's your little one's name? You didn't think you had to give a name.
No, I didn't.
Ro name it Mo in honor of old friend.
Brack. His
From
name
another
is
life.
Brack.
Brack?
Brack.
Black.
B-R-A-C-K.
Does he
I
have a
was gonna
friend
say-
named Zorak?
God damn it, Marco, I was gonna make the same.
I was gonna make that joke too. Well, I hope that this will help you in rock.
Let us hope they don't run into a space ghost.
Coast to coast.
Good
Yes.
God. Alright.
So Ro's
If
other
we'll
tentacle.
be here for
Sorry.
quite some time, and we're staying in the castle. Though I'm sure that I can at least make another trip to the town sometime to check in and see how you are doing. But I hope that this helps you while you try to find work, so that way you can take care of yourself in Little Rock here. And I really hope for all the best.
The Abbey's got plenty of jobs. They'll take them in. They've got plenty of classes too. I can't think of a better place to send somebody than the Abbey.
Yeah. So, for a heads up, like a weird thing with Ro is that since his
He's a
brain,
squid.
well, his brain is distributed amongst his tentacles as well. So, oftentimes his arms do things on their own absentmindedly.
Mhm.
So I guess while he's still playing with his attention still on the kid in the water fish, he absentmindedly takes out 10 gold pieces and 2 shiny shells, and he hands it to the woman.
I got a question though, because he's a squid or whatever. Which one's the dick?
The 7th one.
Okay.
The shortest one.
Actually, no, it's actually the longest one. It has, the last foot of it has no suctions on it.
Ugh.
So he might have touched you all with his dick at some point, and you don't know.
Okay. On that note, we're gonna move on.
Move on.
Considering the new.
We're gonna move on.
Did I buy some
Yeah, move
hand
on, please.
Guys,
Okay.
I don't want to get my channel nixed, please.
You asked. That's how octopus biology
Yes,
works.
boss, you
And for
should message
breeding,
it.
they tear it off and they give it to the
Voodoo,
females.
voodoo, please.
That was
Alright.
for Lou if you heard that.
So, we are going to keep going. She takes the money, and she starts crying. She thanks you, and she takes the knife, and she kind of meanders away towards a hut, a little rundown hut, and she gathers some bags, and you see her, like, take off. And there's nothing else to do in the town, so you guys can go back to the castle for the night.
Let's head back so I can try this out. And she puts up her arms like a little toddler would be saying, like when they want to be picked up to Faust. Please.
It's gonna be a
Just gonna head
post-credit
quickly
scene.
back to his room to test out the stone as well as some
Yeah.
stuff.
We'll do the Magnus talking about the unicorn and shit next time.
Yeah. So
There's
they're
gonna be a
walking
post-credit
back, is
scene
it?
of her, like, again, creeping into his room at night, leaning against the door. And she's like, Magnus, and it turns out to be, like, the housekeeper in there or something.
Oh well. She's gonna smell like what everybody likes to smell when she puts that on.
Good God, I didn't think about that. Okay, yeah. That's gonna be fun.
She's gonna smell like
she becomes insatiable.
She's gonna smell like the sea to row.
Faust has no olfactory sense, so yeah. No effect.
Technically, Rogue can't smell, he just tastes by touching.
Roll is still a monk.
I'm in the same camp as our.
Rogue gets back to his room and he starts flagellating himself.
Alright.
Common thoughts.
Alright, so we're gonna end it there for now, cause it's
Yay.
12:30 and I even though I'm gonna be asleep during the day tomorrow, I need to sleep, so, we're gonna end the session there. I hope everyone
I have
had
to pee.
fun. Well, so do I. I drank a whole, 44-ounce lemonade from Wendy's, and I haven't caught up yet.
I thought you were about to say a whole 40. I'm like, oh. Like, that's how she copes.
No, I'd be on the floor if I drank a whole
Did
40.
you just find a twist tie to play with, Delilah? Why?
But yeah, I hope that was entertaining for both cast and players. So
Aloria
Yes,
tried to
that's
seduce
right.
a deer.
I rolled a natural 20 on something I wasn't expecting, so yeah.
I almost killed the forest guardian of the forest.
I mean, also, I think that, Faust is secretly, a sociopath.
Secretly.
I think he's just
Secret.
You've tried living for 600 plus years.
How could this happen to me?
But yeah, no, I hope that everything went well. Thanks for watching, chat. All
I had fun.
20 of you. I've not had 20
Thank you,
viewers in
guys.
forever. That's
Yeah,
nice.
impressive
Whee!
amount.
So many peoples. We all love you.
And we're never gonna get this much again because of the art stream.
Shut up, Twitch. Why look at people's art and regret that you can't draw that good when you could listen to people having fun seducing deer?
And
Yeah, think of all the sex jokes and puns you heard this time. Imagine how many there are when there aren't a judging audience.
think about it this way. Where else could you see two constructs and a dragon man making snow angels or something? No.
Well, everybody blames an octopus for murdering something he didn't murder.
I mean, you did murder him.
I did not, no such thing. Faust is the one who impaled him with the stick. I pulled it out.
Yeah, but you pulled it out, which made him breathe freely when
Yeah.
you killed him.
Or
Yeah.
you did say you Steve Irwin did.
You Steve Irwin do.
Steve
How did
Irwin
I
died
Steve
because he
Irwin him by
pulled it out.
pulling it out? Oh.
Steve Irwin died because he pulled out the barb from the stingray. He would have
When-
lived had he not pulled that barb out.
When an object that has stabbed somebody is still in there, it acts as a plug on the wound as soon as you
It
remove
depends on what he's being stabbed with. This was a piece of wood.
Okay, so
Jesus,
here's
that
a
actually
little.
That was engraved.
Gnome.
There were blood channels in that engraving.
I still love that Faust just drew a bloody smile.
Yeah, that was.
No one but Rose.
That was amazing.
I literally gave myself -1 hit point for that because of
Good.
how what a burn that was.
Good.
But yeah, so no, we'll pick up next week just because I need to now
Thank
plan.
you, Sombra. Blame the octopus, you damn racist.
Good.
Well, you
I'll
did
be
it.
racist against the octopus if need be. And Aloria's just like, so, tentacles, huh?
Meanwhile, I just hate deer.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm
she-
gonna
I was actually planning to draw a different drawing where Alora like makes a comment towards each one to a rule. She was gonna be like, so does that come with attachments?
Wow.
The umbrella, it's like so.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
pistons.
chat. I'm gonna end the stream.
I get
Good night,
back
chat.
a word or two, but also